Before we bring you the starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
Golf Club.
Leading off, Cassidy Pickering in left field. Ella Parker will bat second to be the DP. Sid Barker up in the 3-hole, the Sooner right fielder, with Gabby Garcia batting fourth and playing short. Nellie McEnroe-Marinas will hit fifth and play third. Sid Sanders bats sixth at first base, with Ilana Agbayani batting seventh and playing second. Bella Emmerling will bat eighth and catch, and batting ninth is Abby Dayton. Again, the pitching matchup, Elise Sokolsky, 17-6 on the season with a 2.07 ERA. Opponents hitting .216 against her. Against Kirsten Deal, 10-2 with a 3.45 ERA. That's the starting lineup presented by Omni Oklahoma City Hotel. Your perfect getaway awaits you at the Omni OKC. And let's keep it here, DJ, for what is an awesome moment. Patty Gasso walking out to home plate to meet her longtime assistant and good friend Missy Lombardi. They shake hands with a home plate umpire, and they both step across home plate and embrace. That's pretty cool, man. Big, long hug, still embracing. I hope people understand that moment. I don't think Coach is letting go. I don't think Coach Gasso was letting go.
No, and when I asked Coach the question today, of what does it mean to have Coach Lombardi in the other dugout here at the Women's College World Series, you could hear the emotion in her voice.
Yeah, exactly. The Sooner pregame show has been brought to you by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. First pitch is next. How about that? This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
Hey, Sooner fans, want to make the most of not only your game day, but every day? Norman Parks and Recreation has got you covered. With 68 beautiful parks all over Norman, there's always a place to have fun or connect with nature. Swim or shoot hoops at the Young Family Athletic Center. Take a walk at Ruby Grant. Hang out with friends at the Adult Wellness Center or tee off at Westwood. And don't forget to make a splash at the Westwood Family Aquatic Center. Follow us on social at Norman OK Parks to explore all we have to offer. Norman Parks and Recreation, where Norman plays. Looking for a dealership that puts you first? At Fowler Honda, we pride ourselves on offering a hassle-free car buying experience. With our staff, you'll find the perfect new or certified pre-owned vehicle in no time. Plus, with competitive pricing and flexible financing options, driving off in your dream Honda is easier than ever. Come visit us at Fowler Honda today, where great service and your next vehicle are waiting.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey Sooner Nation, I'm Sydney Sanders with OU Softball. As a proud sponsor of OU Athletics, William and Lauren outfits us in custom suits that boost our confidence both on and off the field. Their perfectly tailored clothing ensures every Sooner stands out in comfort and style at prices that make luxury accessible. Visit William and Lauren in Oklahoma City or online at williamandlauren.com. Dress like a champion and make your style as legendary as OU Softball.
Deal completes her pregame warm-up tosses, which means it's time for the Riverwind Casino keys to the game. DJ Sanchez, what you got?
Let's get right to it. Kirsten Deal in the circle. She's got to work ahead in counts, but with that, she's got to be able to control the Lashar twins and the 1-2, right? Putting them on base in any way, shape, or form, they take off, they run. The aggressiveness that comes from this Oregon defense, you've got to be able to harness that. So it's going to be so important for Deal to work ahead, limit the free passes, and let her defense work. On the other side of the ball, this offense has got to do the little things really well. And here's what I mean by that. Put the ball on the ground in opportune times. Hit behind runners. When called upon to execute, get your job done. So finding a way to do the little things well offensively.
Keys to the game brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. It is Kai and Kedri Lushar at the top of the lineup. A combined, 90 stolen bases between 80 stolen bases between the two. And here we go. It's Kai, the Arizona State transfer, who takes ball one a little bit low. Unique uniform combo for the Ducks. They're going with black tops and green pants with black socks and green shoes. The black helmets have that kind of duck logo there that is unique. There's a strike right on the outer edge. Sooners going with the all-white unis. I love this look. The crimson stirrups and 5 infielders here, DJ.
Yeah. We've seen the shift and we've seen it work really well. But here's what you're asking your pitcher to do. Hit a spot. Right? You are telling your pitcher, hit a spot. And again, so important to keep Lushar off base.
That bunt attempt is pulled back. Ball 2 as it missed a little bit up.
Now, one thing I am noticing, though, a lot of times it's Abby Dayton who is brought in for the shift. We've got Sid Barker in for the shift out of right field.
The 2-1. Strike 2. Good spot.
Very. Be a good day to have that be called a strike.
All day long, please. Nelly and tight on that third base line. Gabby Garcia slightly to her left and slightly to her left as Ailana Agbayani the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good start for KD. One away.
Huge.
Only the 18th strikeout this year for Lushar.
We talk about keeping Lushar off base, but doing it in that way, and you took the words out of my mouth, Plank, the K of Lushar doesn't happen very often. That is exactly why Kirsten Deal got the start. That curveball to Lushar.
Here's Kedri Lushar. She had the game-winning plate appearance, I guess you would say, as the first pitch is a little bit out, ball 1. At the plate when the walk-off walk ended Ole Miss's season. Bases loaded in the 9th, a walk-off walk on a game that lasted 4 hours. Swing and a miss on the rise for Lushar. We asked Missy Lombardi this week what it means having the Lushars at the top of the lineup. She says, well, when it's a single, it's a double.
Yep. You know, and I probably follow Oregon more than I follow most teams in the country, having played for Coach Lombardi.
That pitch is right on the inside edge, strike 2.
But I've kind of enjoyed getting to see all the packages that they've put out about the Lushar sisters and their rodeo and everything that they did as young kids. It's been kind of fun to watch.
Rodeo champs.
Yes.
How about that? The 1-2, fouled back, good cut.
So Kirsten Deal coming into this game, she's amped up. Ball getting out of her hand quick. And you can see so far in this ball game, throwing a lot of strikes, hammering the zone. But more than that, the spots have been quality. That's a great pitch to Lushar. Inside, up and in on the hands.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Just underway. Little later because of the length of the first game. But as Deal brings home the 1-2, he just misses it. 2-2.
Again, talking about quality spots, it's a great location.
You want to make a comparison to yesterday. We didn't start till a quarter after the hour yesterday. This game was scheduled for a 6 o'clock first pitch, so 6:12, we'll take it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Fouled back.
I can tell you, Plank, I'm just going to tell on myself. I fully said on air before you came over here, I was like, I think we're going to be pushing 6:30, close to 7. I was not prepped for...
We prepared the whole pregame show like we were going to be here for a while. Kelly had to break all the rules in order to make sure that we could get things going. There's a foul ball back towards us. Comes up just short of the press box.
I was way off for first pitch, but I'm happy. I was nowhere close.
I am too, and I think the fact that the game's on ABC has a lot to do with it.
That's a good call.
Riley McCoy waits on deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup with Deal and Lushar. The pitch. Just a little bit out, ball 3. You do not want to walk him.
Now, when Deal opened this count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, had a really good miss with the curveball. And again, that 2-2 pitch, you want to see it be a little bit more competitive. A big spot here.
The 3-2. Top foul back towards us. It's the netting. Will roll all the way down. The Sooner cheering section, the former players being led by Riley Boone and Nicole May. See Alyssa Burrito's been a mainstay. Shay Knighton. I think I saw Kelsey Arnold boat right down there, the former Sooner standout shortstop. 3-2 count. Again, pretty good battle going on here between Pedri Luchar and Kirsten Deal. The pitch is popped to center field. Abby Dayton got a late break, but runs under it for out number 2. Now, you go back to, what was it, our celebration every single time that they would retire Atwood, how excited I would get. That's the same way you got to feel with the Luchars when you get away without allowing them to get on base.
And not just allowing them to get on base, not allowing them to put the ball on the ground.
Right.
Right? We had a strikeout and a ball in the air. That's huge.
Riley McCoy took a line drive to the face. Second team All-American. During the regional with Stanford, she went to the hospital and watched the game on her phone. The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. She has stitches on the bridge of her nose. It looks like she took a pencil and wrote on her nose. But she's battling through the freshman. 390 average. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Ranging out is Agbayani. Sydney Barker comes in and makes a basket catch. Sid Barker called her off. There's no wind here, but it seems like the ball just died, and that'll do it for Oregon in a 1-2-3 first.
Outfield gets the late call.
Well, I think Ilana didn't see it, right?
No, it hung up there for a second, but you could see Barker come in. I mean, man, oh man, I held my breath there for a minute. What a play by Barker, and something that looked routine off the bat. Wild.
All right, we head to the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma heads to the plate. We're scoreless in OKC. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
While other dealers are offering the same deals, you'll get more at Bob Moore Ford. Right now, get employee pricing on over 500 new Ford trucks, Broncos, and SUVs. Plus, Bob Moore gives you 1 year of maintenance included. Get Ford employee pricing now and maintenance included for the next year only at Bob Moore Ford. Conveniently located on Southeast 89th and I-35. Or browse our entire selection online at bobmooreford.com. Offer ends 6/2/25.
From the Whataburger inbox to your speaker, Kayla writes, I'm dead because of no mushroom Swiss. We checked it out, and Kayla, though a bit dramatic, is totally fine. And that's great because the mushroom Swiss burger is totally back, just like Kayla loves, with grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. Kayla, don't mess with us like that. The skull emoji is not for playing around. The mushroom Swiss burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
Hey Sooner Nation, when you want to travel, choose the premier motor coach transportation provider, Overland Charters. With over 25 years in the transportation business, Overland Charters is your go-to for top quality group transportation services in Oklahoma and throughout the entire country. So if you want to travel with the winning team this season, choose the premier brand in group transportation, Overland Charters. Check them out online at overlandcharters.com to book your next trip. Overland Charters, official motor coach provider of OU football.
We head to the bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless in OKC. Pickering, Parker, and Barker for the Sooners. News 9 weather update. It is the warmest day we've had here in OKC. 85 degrees currently as the sun starts to set, kind of. Feels like 86 outside. There's a slight wind at 9 miles an hour, but it's very slight out of the east, out of the southeast. Our concern is for the Champ Series. So let's make sure Oklahoma's playing on Tuesday whenever rain is everywhere. But you got to win here tonight to get there. And it's going to be a gorgeous evening. No chance of rain this evening. That was David Payne, the Oklahoma weather expert, with your News 9 game day weather update only on Oklahoma's News 9. Here's our Love's Travel Stops player to watch, Cassidy Pickering. Pickering has been incredible for the Sooners, but comes off a very, very tough game against Texas. First pitch is high, ball 1.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic yesterday for Pickering, and you could just see you could see the struggle, and that's not something we are accustomed to seeing from Pickering. But here's something that Cassidy Pickering does really well. She responds. That's what makes her. That's what makes her an All-American. That's what makes her as good as she is.
Right on cue. Rips one into center field. It's a leadoff base hit for Cassidy Pickering off Sokolsky. Boy, you call that.
Well, I can tell you one thing about Cassidy Pickering. She's not going to follow up yesterday. Again, the 2 strikeouts. She's not going to follow that up without making some adjustments. And I'd say making adjustments physically, more so mentally, and coming in and saying, not today.
Ella Parker. What a story she has been in this World Series. Sokolsky toes the rubber at 9 on the action clock. First pitch strike. On the season, Ella Parker is hitting .423. In the Women's College World Series, if it's even possible, she's been better. Like I said, if that's even possible. No balls and a strike. The pitch low and in. She is in the Women's College World Series, 4 for 7. 2 runs scored, 4 runs batted in, 2 home runs, both of them against Tennessee. She has been on another level in this postseason. There's ball 3. Pardon me, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The only hitless game that Ella Parker has had in the postseason was the Boston U game. She went 0 for 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Sweet Baby. Rip to the right side, into right field, base hit. Rounding second. Heading for third is Pickering. The throw is cut off. First and third.
When I talked about a key, those little things, hit behind runners. That pitch was on the outer half. And it caught Parker out in front just a little bit. But she found a way to pull the ball into that 3-4 hole, giving Cassidy Pickering the opportunity to pick up the extra bag. Again, those are the fundamental things. We heard Coach Gasso say it in the pregame. The fundamental hitting, that's a piece of it.
Well, here's Sid Barker. The crowd starts to bark accordingly. And Sid Romero is going to come out of the Oregon dugout. This is unique.
I kind of like it. You want to know?
Sid, you're supposed to be sitting in the front row with everyone. What are you doing?
You want to know the one person in that Oregon dugout that knows exactly what type of pressure and the feeling that you're going to get coming from the Oklahoma dugout, the Oklahoma fans? It's Sid Romero.
Yeah.
So you got to love this infield being able to hear it from someone who's been there and been in that Sooner uniform to kind of say, hey, take a breath. Let's take a minute.
Sid Romero is the hitting coach for Oregon for Missy Lombardi. She is joined by former Sooner coach Sam Marder, whom I'll talk about a lot tonight, one of my favorite people. She is their game manager. All right, meeting's over. Here's Barker. First and third, nobody out. Infield is in. First pitch, Sid rips it down the left field line, foul. Oh, my goodness. They're hitting everything hard. Let's go.
Attack mode, but again, not doing it in a way trying to hit a home run or trying to lift a ball. Tracking pitches. Hey, when you're seeing line drives, that's where you want to be. Line drives turn into home runs. You don't try to hit a home run.
No balls and a strike to Barker. 338 hitter on the season. Runner goes. The throw is late. Actually, the throw was on time. Yeah. Parker slid under the tag.
You could also see Paige Sinicki, who is tremendous. But Paige Sinicki hesitated a little bit. And her first immediate, as soon as she caught that ball, the first thing she did was pick up and take a look at Pickering, expecting Pickering to be off the bag.
Infield stays in for Oregon. An 0-2 count on the freshman Barker. The pitch popped up. Shallow right field. Not going to quite get to the outfield grass. And the dirt at second. Catch is made. One away. Good job by by Sokolsky, the pitcher. As Jones makes the catch over at second, one away.
And those are the type of at-bats that I'm just going to sound so elementary, but you got to eliminate, right? So runners at second and third pop up on the infield. So many other things. Putting a ball on the ground to the right side scores a run. Lifting a ball to the outfield, sacrifice fly. So, again, just having more of a fundamental at-bat.
First pitch to Gabby Garcia is high, ball one. One of the many players who, even though she had a couple of hits, one of them took one of the most wicked hops we've ever seen on the infield. One ball, no strikes. Here it comes. Hot shot, diving catch made at second. Wow. 2 away. What a play at second base by Kaylin Jones. She took away one, maybe 2 runs drawn in on a laser off the bat of Garcia.
And Kaylin Jones playing about in the baseline as far as depth. Big time play coming from the freshman.
2 outs for Nelly. First team All-SEC performer. Sooner captain digs in. First pitch. A little bit in. Ball one.
Good time for a little 2-out hitting, Plank.
Well, it's what got Tennessee started today, too. 2-out hit. 1-0 pitch to Nelly. Deep in the box. She takes ball 2. It's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, it is.
Slide it down to right there in the river. Just like
You hear the full explanation.
So I guess we're not getting the river today.
Win 1 for 4 against Texas, but just 1 for 6 in this World Series. 2-0 is ball 3 low. It's kind of wild, such a high level of expectation for Nelly McEnroe-Marinas. She's had a hit in 4 of the last 5 games, but she's had so many multi-hit games, it seems almost like she's struggling. Ball 4. Bases loaded.
It's a big walk, and I think part of what you kind of feel maybe of thinking that Nelly's struggling a little bit is her strikeout numbers are a little higher than what we're used to seeing.
Oregon, by the way, if you've watched a lot of their games, they're in no rush. So they take a lot of time. Missy Coach Lombardi will make several trips to the circle throughout the game. But no one does here as the bases are loaded for Sid Sanders. What a moment for Sid to get going. First pitch is in for a strike. Sanders had that hard hit ball, and we thought was going to start a big-time rally against Texas.
Yeah, you go back. I circled it in my scorebook in the 6th.
Ball 1, a little bit out. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's one of those defining moments in a ball game, and it really, I think, it served true to be, the Oklahoma not able to capitalize on that single from Sid to lead off the 6th inning. Kind of wrote the rest of the game.
The 1-1 popped up. Is it in play? It is. Over at third. Catch is made at third by Flannery, and that'll do it for the Sooners. They strand the bases loaded, which means in the last 8 innings, the Sooners have stranded 13 base runners. We head to the second, scoreless in Oklahoma City. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
On a gorgeous night in Oklahoma City, welcome to Devon Park. It's a Women's College World Series. Earlier tonight, Tennessee took care of business in extra innings to beat UCLA and eliminate the Bruins. They'll take on Texas tomorrow in the semifinals. The winner here gets Niger Kennedy and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. DJ Sanchez, pretty good start for the Sooner offense, but it comes up empty.
Yeah, I've got it circled in my scorebook. Back-to-back singles and hard-hit balls coming from Pickering and Parker. And then you look at the at-bats that followed. Again, I'm going to go back to the key. Doing the little things. We saw Ella Parker do it really well, hit behind a runner. But then, when you've got the opportunity, you've got to find a way to put the ball on the ground and get the ball out of the air. Pop-ups on the infield's not going to get it done.
One better at bats in those situations, so we'll see how the Sooners adjust. Kirsten Deal, a solid first inning. There we go. Paige Sinicki, their star shortstop, digs in, right-handed hitter, first pitch high, ball one. Sinicki, in the NCAA tournament, is hitting .407. She's got 8 runs batted in. That's currently third among the Ducks in the postseason. Right-handed bat, won the Gold Glove at short in 2024. Takes a strike.
And rightfully so. I mean, she's made some plays that are unreal. But I'll say this, from watching Sinicki is just a flat-out gamer. I mean, gets in, no holds barred, and everything that she does.
The 1-1. Strike two.
It's a good pitch. First time Deal has changed speeds in this ball game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreless in Oklahoma City. Deal being a little bit more deliberate than normal. Only 4 on the action clock as she toes the rubber. The pitch is hit hard. Deep to left field, but not deep enough. Pickering is under, makes the catch, and there's one away. Liking what I'm seeing so far from Kirsten Deal. How about you, DJ?
Yeah, and a lot of pitchers counts. I mean, she's right now 4 for 4 and being 1-2, 2-2. So putting herself in good counts to open up. I think I'm going to be honest. What I like more, we're seeing some weak fly balls, right? Sinicki's came off the bat really well, but she was out on her front foot. She was about 2 clicks early. So keeping Lashar's off the ground, and we're seeing some weak pop-ups on the infield, and you can just kind of see the Oregon Ducks out of time and out on their front foot just a hair.
Here is,
one down.
With 1 out, the catcher Emma Cox. She struggled in the 2 World Series games, just 1 for 6. Oh, that just missed outside.
And one thing that stands out to me about this Oregon lineup, 1 through 9, pretty young.
Yeah.
4 freshmen.
They stay around. The portal is real. You have to worry about it. Cox is the freshman catcher. It's inside, ball 2. They stay together. They've got a chance to really do something. In a Big Ten that, I mean, again, I don't necessarily know if the Big Ten is all that great in softball anymore.
Agree.
They got Jordy Ball that took them to the Super Regionals. Oregon is here. The 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. But I don't know. I'm not overly worried about the future there in the Big Ten. If I'm one of the teams like Oregon, it's recruited well, I think they got a chance to run that league. Even with the UCLA there, the 2-1 is a little bit up, 3-1.
Yeah, and I think something you're seeing with the Big Ten, the days of Northwestern and Michigan, kind of being the big-time players in that league. Right now, that's not the way that everything is shifting. And, again, Oregon able to come in and do what they've done in that conference.
3-1 is strike 2. And Emma Cox thought it was ball 4. She was on her way to first base.
And that's a good pitch coming from Deal. Start open to this count, 2 balls and no strikes. But that pitch right there at the knee, that's a tough pitch to handle. I like the height.
Full count. The scoreless game, the pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, Kirsten Deal showing some emotion in the circle. Second strikeout of the game, 2 away. Here's Des Patman.
The rise ball. What a big time pitch call. What a big time pitch of execution. I don't even think that's a real sentence, but what a well-executed pitch.
I like it.
Working the ladder up to the letters.
First pitch to Patman is a strike. Des Patman, their senior right fielder. Ducks were 54-9 this year.
It's not bad.
Not a bad season at all. They won the Big Ten regular season title. They got beat in the Big Ten tournament by Michigan in the first game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit pretty well indeed to center field. Dayton giving chase, and it is gone. Oregon strikes first on a solo shot to center field by Des Patman. And I mean, everything was going Kirsten Deal's way, and she just missed a spot, and Patman made her pay.
And that pitch just elevated in the strike zone. And again, Patman taking advantage of the missed pitch and just elevated up. Did not quite get to a corner. And that's been an Achilles for Deal at times this year. But here's the thing. It's a solo shot, right? It's early in this ball game, and just a rise ball that didn't quite have that extra bite to get up at the letters. But you take the solo shot. It's early in this game. You got to score anyway.
2 outs. Kaylin Jones, the lefty, digs in. The slapper takes strike 1. Just the second hit of the Women's College World Series from Desiana Patman. They call her Des. 3rd home run of the postseason. She had that bomb when they walked off Weber State in run roll fashion. Here's the 0-1. Slapped foul right past Sam Marder at third. 2 away. Shade starting to creep across the field slowly, very slowly. As the sun sets here in Oklahoma City. No balls and 2 strikes. Boy, this has taken a long time from Deal to read the pitch watch, and time is given. She had not towed the rubber quite yet. I don't know how much that matters and whether or not an umpire is going to give you time or not. No balls and 2 strikes. Slap foul. Not a play.
When you kind of said it a couple pitches ago, Deal being very deliberate and that pitch clock running down low. She's not close to having a violation, but seeing it run down a little bit lower. Now, Deal, she does at times work a little bit slower. I talk about pace in the circle a lot. I feel like when Deal's at her best, she finds a good balance.
0-2 is slapped foul.
And works just a little bit more efficient.
One zip Oregon, they strike first. The Ducks get on the board on the home run by Des Patman. Deal trying to get the Sooners back in the dugout. Nobody on, 2 outs. She's ahead 0-2. The pitch. Slap over the head of Garcia into left field. It's a base hit. Each team now with 2 hits. Jones is aboard. Here's Stephanie Mahake.
They get another pitch just a little bit elevated in the zone. And Jones handling it pretty well, doing a good job of keeping the barrel high. But want to see this pitch get to a corner. That pitch is on a corner. It doesn't have the same exit path off the bat, but so got to be able to get one side or the other.
Mahake swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike 1. It appears as if first base has been a bit of a problem since the injury that has, at least for now, relegated Riley McCoy to DP services. Really struggled with it on, was that Friday night?
Yes.
No balls and a strike, the pitch. A little bit low, 1-1. Who was that over there? Let me look. On Thursday night in Game 1 against Ole Miss, Getting it started. They eventually brought in McCoy. No, they did start Mahake over at first. The 1-1 fouled back. Stephanie went 0 for 4 in that game against Ole Miss. Overall, in the Women's College World Series, she's 0 for 7. Stefini. Stephanie. Unique spelling.
Few vowels.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and Mahake.
But man, she's got some power.
14 home runs on the season. The pitch. Top foul weekly down the first base line out there. One thing that I dig about what Missy Lombardi has done with her staff is there is a lot of high caliber players. Sid Romero, Alyssa Palomino Cardoza. And Sid's still playing. You know, she's playing, so they look up to that. Palomino Cardoza over at first base as the first base coach Martyr coaches third. Runner was going, fouled back.
With 2 strikes, not a hit and run. I mean, that was just a straight flat up steal of Jones at first.
Yeah, not a. I don't think it was a hit and run. I think she just got a pitch she could hit, right?
Yep. And with 2 strikes, fouling it off, but Jones was gone with the pitch. So Def Emmerling needs to be on her toes here.
1-2 is outside, 2-2.
Especially here, 2-2. If you're Oregon and Jones, best case scenario for the Sooners, right? Hoses her at second on the attempted steal. Mm-hmm. You start the inning with Maka again in the third. So Emmerling needs to be on alert here for Jones to potentially take off.
Deal's having some problems. She gets time again for the pitch watch. Again, she hasn't towed the rubber yet when she asks for it. Now she has. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Kirsten Deal pumps her fist. But Oregon strikes first. Her 3rd strikeout of the game. Strikeouts this year brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, proud supporters of Sooner softball. Sooners in a hole as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1-0 Oregon. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Beats and Bites Festival is back again at Riverwind Casino, where good grooves and great food are on tap all summer long. Kicking off on June 14th with Josh Turner and Edwin McCain. Along with crave-worthy eats from local food trucks, there's something for everyone. Get your tickets online or at the box office for just $10. Only at Riverwind Casino.
In the heart of Norman, where the fans are loud and Sooner spirit soars, there's a team caring for our community with the same level of passion. Norman Regional, Norman's leader in health and wellness care. Just as we stand behind our Sooner softball team, Norman Regional stands behind you. From orthopedics to heart care and the routine checkups that keep you on your A-game, Norman Regional is dedicated to providing the best care right, because this is our home turf and we're committed to keeping it healthy, strong, and vibrant. Visit normanregional.com or call 405-515-5000 today.
Have lunch at Norman's favorite hidden treasure, Midway Deli, tucked away at the corner of Chautauqua and Eufaula. We may be a little hard to find, but we're even harder to forget. Midway features delicious gourmet sandwiches and a great selection of homemade soups, pastas, and stews. Whether it's lunch or catering or booking our food truck, you'll love the food from Midway. Open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Breakfast is served all day. The Midway, serving great food to Norman since 1955.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Oklahoma. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Sooner softball is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasting. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. And as always, we'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of OU softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway with DJ Sanchez. I'm Chris Plank. 1-0 Oregon on the home run by Des Patman. For the Sooners, it'll be their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Ilana Ogbayani, Bella Emmerling, and Abby Dayton. What have you seen so far? And you've watched them a lot. A little delay here to get things going in the bottom of the second inning. Game's on ESPN2 tonight. I'm sorry, the ABC game was the early game. This game on ESPN2 tonight. ESPN has been very deliberate coming out of commercial breaks all game long, all weekend long. I don't know the why behind it. Agbayani hitting 327 on the season. Takes the first pitch for a strike. What have you seen from Elise Sokolsky this year that's caught your eye? She is 17-5 with a 2.07 ERA, 135 strikeouts, 41 walks.
Yeah, one thing with Oregon in their pitching staff, Sokolsky's no different. So much energy coming out of the circle as that rise ball misses upstairs. But Sokolsky does not have overpowering velocity. I mean, most of where she's at, mid-60s, upper 60s. But she spins the ball well. She really relies on that rise ball. Will go to the drop ball. Will mix speeds at times.
1-1, ripped down the left field line, slicing foul away from Kai Lushar.
But the changeup isn't her best pitch, right? It's something that she pulls out of her pocket when she needs it. But Sokolsky really tries to control the pace of the game, as you see from Grine as well in the circle for Oregon. But really has a lot of spin on her pitches.
1-2 is grounded foul past Fale Steele, Sooners first base coach. Crimson top for Coach Casso tonight, a long sleeve top as she stands in the shade with a white visor. I've got to ask her, did you see her watching the 2000 National Championship celebration? She said, "Oh, I'm chewing gum. Can't do that." I wonder who told her she can't chew gum. That was just her, the 1-2, fouled off. That sounds like something that Poppy said. That sounds like a Jim Gasso.
You can't chew gum?
I am a chronic gum chewer.
I am too. I'm chewing gum right now.
It's big radio, no.
I know.
But you're smooth. You're smooth with it.
I'm a rebel, Plank.
You're breaking all the rules. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Agbayani, first trip to the Women's College World Series after 2 years at BYU, takes ball 2 high. A lot of rings in that Oregon dugout, courtesy of Coach's time in Norman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Agbayani is low and away, ball 3.
Really good at bat coming here from Agbayani. Got in the hole, a ball and 2 strikes, and his fouled some pitches off. Good take to run this count full. It's a really good at bat from Agbayani.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive, left field, falling fast, but not fast enough. Kai Lushar comes in to make the catch, 1 away.
I've said it. How many times have I said it all season? Quit throwing her there. Mm-hmm. Please keep throwing her there. But that screwball on the outer half, Ailana Agbayani is one of the best outside pitch hitters in the country. You cannot change my mind on that. She does such a tremendous job of tracking pitches on the outer half of the plate and lacing them to the opposite side of the field.
Here's Bella Emmerling with 1 out. Sooners down 1-0, bottom of the second inning. The pitch to Bella. Swings and foul. Got a piece of it. Thought it tipped right in the mid of Emma Cox, but it popped out. Just in doing my math, Sid got 4 rings. She won 2 as a player, 2 as a coach. Sam Marder won a ring in 25. Coach Lombardi has 4, so 9 rings? Not bad. And the 0-1 pitch. Low. Of course, there's Jen Rocha won 2 with Florida and has won 4 straight. So you then added 6 to the 8 that Coach has, and what is that now? 6 that JT has. So we got him by a few. Oh, and Follett. That ball's hammered. Pretty deep to left field. Oh, get out of here, baby. It's a home run for Bella Emmerling. Bella Emmerling launches one over the left field wall, and the Sooners tied up at 1. Oh, she needed that in the worst way. How about that, DJ? Breaking out of a slump for Bella Emmerling. Her first hit of the Women's College World Series is a game-tying home run in the second.
And you gotta love Bella Emmerling answering back and doing the exact same thing that Oregon did in the top half of this inning, taking a mistake and making Oregon and Sokolsky pay.
Desperately needed. Here's Abby Dayton. Let's not stop here. Let's put a crooked number up, Abby. Get it started. 1-1 game, bottom of the second. First pitch skips to the backstop.
And this is such a big place in the lineup, too. Following up the 8-hole, the 8 slot, home run by Emmerling. Dayton the opportunity to pass the bat and continue this inning and roll it back over to the top. This is a big at-bat.
Huge.
For Abby Dayton.
Huge at-bat. And Missy Lombardi realizes it. Told you guys, you'll see a lot of this tonight. Not quite to the degree that Tennessee does it, but she's going to be out there to calm them down every chance she gets. She refers to the pitching staff as kind of a team within a team. Something we hear Coach Gasso use a lot. So a lot of Oklahoma-type imprints, as you might imagine, on this program in Oregon.
And I played for Coach Lombardi. Coach Lombardi was my pitching coach at OU when I was in school. And she does such a great job of management. And I know there's some frustration at times of, and I will say she goes out to the circle more now than she ever did as a pitching coach.
Really?
At OU. Now,
here's the 1-0 pitch to Abby Dayton. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Why do you think that is?
I think that every staff is different, right? And, I think, Coach Lombardi and I had a tremendous relationship, and I think just knowing your pitchers.
1-1, low, ball 2.
When you watch this Oregon pitching staff, this is a very emotional staff, and you can see it in the way that they go about every single pitch. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of passion. You got to know how to harness that, too, and you got to know when it's a little bit too much.
Good point. Here's the 2-1. Dayton grounds it to first. That thing took a weird bounce. Mahake, though, stays with it, takes it to the bag, 2 away. Here's Pickering. Every play over at first base now, when you think about that hop the Garcia bouncer took yesterday, seems like it's a bit of an experience.
And you said it, Plank, when it was hit, that took a little bit of a funky hop. Nothing like what we saw yesterday.
I meant to ask Gabby what she did. Like, what did you do different? Because that was hilarious. Pickering's 1 for 1. Lines that one foul and out of play. Head on a swivel here in Oklahoma City. If you come out as a fan, especially in that lower level, head on a swivel. No balls and a strike to Pickering. Been so good for the Sooners all season long. Got off to a bit of a slow start. It's been nailed since. She takes strike 2.
So I'm not going to lie, Plank. I've got, you talk about head on a swivel. I've been doing this all week. As soon as the pitch is thrown, I'm up looking at the monitor, and we're a little bit behind.
0-2 skips in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Are you liking the zone so far?
It's not bad. I feel like it's the best one we've had this week. So that's a positive.
Hey, that's saying something. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Pickering. Hit hard to the right side, racing over. Diving play made at second. Throw not in time. It's a 2-hit day for Pickering. Jones made a sensational play at second base, but Pickering's 2 for 2. She beat it out.
Jones keeping it on the infield, but it's so huge again. 2-out hitting, timely hitting, being able to pass it to Ella Parker, who's seeing the ball about as well as anybody.
Parker singled her last time up and then stole a base. Close play at second. 1-1 game. That's the 4th hit for the Sooners. Bella Emmerling home run, the difference. First pitch to Parker. Wow, fouled straight back. Strike 1.
You could just see on that foul ball, Ella Parker get her front foot down and just be perfectly on time for that pitch.
No balls and a strike. Sokolsky stares in the pitch from the righty. In for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes.
A little bit of off speed, and I can tell you who recognized that foul ball more than anybody, Coach Melissa Lombardi, going, yeah, we better do something a little bit different.
crowd roars. The pitch, low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're in late inning form down there with the Sooner cheering section, that's for sure. 1-2 is popped up. Left side, it's going to get out of play, though. Oh. Looked like there was a little confusion in the stands as they go fighting for that foul ball. One person went ducking for cover, the other person tried to make a play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Send one here, Parker. Fouled off. Boy, she's had some good-looking swings in this at-bat.
I'm just really enjoying watching each kind of phase of her swing. You're seeing the load. You're seeing her get her front foot down and watching those hands explode.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here we go. Sokolsky not even on the rubber yet. Now she is. Here comes the 1-2. A little low and away, 2-2.
And even her takes.
I was just going to say.
It's the same thing. You're seeing those active takes, and you're just seeing the timing. I mean, I'm sorry. If I'm in any position with a game on the line, there's no way I'm throwing to Ella Parker. I mean, this at bat alone tells you everything you need to know.
Yep. Here's the 2-2. Line drive, base hit into right field, down the line, rounding second, heading for third is Cassidy Pickering. It's a 2-out single down the right field line, and the Sooners have runners at first and third for Sid Barker.
And you could just see it unfolding the entire at-bat. Every hack was on time. And what she wasn't on time for, she was still having those good active takes. I mean, Ella Parker is putting on an absolute clinic in the box right now. And it's not just about the outcomes either. She's putting on a clinic with every take and every hack she has in the box. I love it.
She's playing with fractures in her foot, in her leg, excuse me. I mean, it's unbelievable what Ella Parker is doing. First pitch strike to Sid Barker on that outer edge. Barker takes a little walk. Maybe fair to say Sid's been in a little bit of a funk here in the World Series. Has the 1 hit. Nice to see a 2-out gapper or something big here from Barker. The pitch. Checked her swing on a pitch up.
And I really want to see Sid Barker not make this moment bigger than it needs to be and not try to do too much in the box. Get a pitch that you can handle and put a good swing on a ball that's not trying to lift something. I mean, with 2 outs, put a ball on the ground.
The 1-1. She had a cut there. Fouled it back. 1-2. Barker just 1 for 6 in the World Series. But among the team leaders, the 368 average, probably dipped just a bit in the 8 postseason games for the Sooners. Has a chance to give the Sooners the lead here. The 1-2. Ooh, off speed was a really, really good take on a really, really close pitch.
Sid Barker wasn't on time for that pitch. I fully expected it to be a called strike, and I was still going to say good take. But even better to run the count 2-2.
Here's the pitch. There it is. Called strike 3. That off speed dropped right in. Frustrating plate appearance for Sid Barker after 2 big-time hits from Parker and Pickering, but the Sooners strike back. A solo home run from Bella Emmerling, and as we head to the third, we are tied at 1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle.
Or forget extra diapers.
You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat Play State partners. Visit Norman, Cup Off, Midway Deli, and Norman NCED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. And located just minutes from the OU campus, Courtyard Norman offers affordable, stylish accommodations with tech-forward amenities and classic Southern hospitality. Book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. We're tied at 1 as we head to the third. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID before we start things in the top half of the third. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. Five hits for the Sooners, but in 2 innings, they've stranded 5 runners already. So here we go. Oregon, as we head to the third, will have their 9-1 and 2 hitters. The third baseman, Katie Flannery, leads things off.
And I think one thing as this game progresses that we've got to see from the Sooner offense, it's not just about timely hitting. I mean, obviously, duh. But you've got to have better at-bats with those runners in scoring position, finding a way to do some of the fundamental things a little better.
First pitch swinging, base hit right through the 5-6 hole. Oregon has its leadoff hitter aboard for the first time tonight. And it's the dangerous and speedy Katie Flannery. Though her numbers are small, she's only stole 3 bases this year, but she can move.
And you can kind of see this defense shifting. Nellie Macro-Marinas in tight as well, expecting some potential short game here from Kai Lushar.
5 infielders. Lefty-lefty matchup. Kai Lushar, a strikeout victim. First pitch shows bunt, takes a strike. Third inning shout-outs as always. Brought to you by our good friends at Oklahoma Career Tech. Preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. The 0-1 pitch to Lushar. Pops it up back towards us. Heard from our buddy Eric Bailey.
Hey.
Tulsa World. Him and his daughter Mandy are between games tonight. She's a big softball player, big-time softball player. They have a 9:30 game tonight because they had rain delays. Can you imagine that? A 9:30 first pitch?
I can, because I feel like we've done it here.
We've done it. Yeah, we've done it here. Hopefully this game is over by 9:30 tonight, unlike our previous game. Here's the 0-2. A little bit low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saw Chief George Tiger checked in from Bristow. Buddy Stephen York. Lauren Eric and Ardmore. Jessica Bain points out that OU baseball has had 3 first pitches since the OU softball game yesterday. OU's got the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th right now in a 1-1 game. There's a line drive, trouble, left field, diving attempt, no. Pickering dropped it, can't pick it up to try to force the runner at second. First and second, nobody out for Kedri Lushar. Nearly a sensational play.
Yeah, Pickering got a good read off the bat because that looked like it was just going to drop in, right, and just be a stand-up, no doubter of a single. And Pickering nearly made the play. The tough part is, had she been able to get a grip and get rid of it, she would have been able to throw Flannery out at second base.
Flannery was out at second. I don't know. Oh, Sam Martyr has come in. They're going to have a pinch runner here is Oregon. And they're going to bring in Reagan Legg to run at second.
Yeah, had Pickering been able to get the ball cleanly, even after she didn't make the catch, which again, it would have been a great catch, but had she been able to pick it up cleanly, Flannery would have been hosed at second base without a doubt.
Mark and Ashley are tuned in, driving back from Kansas tonight. You can let us know where you're listening from as this game tied up at 1 in the third by hitting us up at OU on the air. That's at OU on the air. Here's Kedre Lushar.
Got to be ready for some short game here. First and second, nobody out. Wheels everywhere.
First pitch strike. Sam Marder, she gets to call the game. She is like the offensive coordinator for Oregon. There might be some things that Missy Lombardi signals here and there, but she trusts Sam. The 0-1, little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
When you see a lot of programs, especially where the head coach also is the pitching coach, where they take on more of an in-game managerial role as opposed to coaching third base.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Deal. Looped towards short, racing back and making the catch is Garcia. She'll throw behind the runner at second. What a scoop by Bayani for the double play. Unbelievable. At second, the pinch runner Legg is arguing that she was off the bag, but the umpire had a great view of it. Missy Lombardi is going to come out and argue. What do you see on the replay, DJ? I guess we need to see the replay first, right?
Double plays have been big time, and Gabby Garcia making the throw from Gabby Garcia was big time. I will say this, Agbayani and what they just showed live, and again, we don't have the replay yet on our monitor, but what they just showed live, Agbayani's foot was definitely lean, and you could see some daylight. Now, I think we're going to need a different view of it, but I just want to appreciate the throw from Gabby Garcia for a second. But you can see some daylight between Agbayani's foot and the view they're showing right now on ESPN's not tremendous. But I think Agbayani may have been off the bag.
Yeah, she didn't hit her mic, but they're going to challenge it. So we're under our first review of the night. Brought to you by Mackin Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. Good challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the question right now is not going to be, was she off the bag? Because she was when she caught the ball. It's going to be, did she get her foot back on before? Because you can see Agbayani in the replay. You can see her reaching that foot to get back on the bag. She knew she pulled.
McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. All right, let's see here. Here we go. We can't hear you. Just no. There you go. 2 away.
Well, and I was just going to say, I don't think they had a tremendous, at least with what they're showing on TV. The one that they just showed is probably the best that they've got, and it looks like she's out. Double plays.
Hey, shout out to my buddy Stephen York. He is our umpiring insider along with Okie Phil. Stephen called it right away. He said she was out. Good job, Stephen. Patty Gasso is out to talk to Kirsten Deal here. What a play by Gabby Garcia.
What a play by Gabby Garcia. I just went, the throw was big time. Was it perfectly on the bag? No, but just to go back and the way that she caught that looper in the 5-6 hole, nearly on the grass. She may have been on the grass, catching it over her shoulder and turning immediately off her back foot and making that throw. I mean, that was just beautiful.
We got a pitching change. How about this? Sam Landry will take over in the circle. We'll pause 60 seconds for a Love's Travel Stops pitching change. Didn't expect that. Patty Gasso came out, looked like it might have been just a little hype talk. Instead, we'll turn to the ace, Sam Landry. Tied at 1 in the top of the third. Tell you more about the new Sooner pitcher next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has connected students and businesses with career training opportunities.
We help students explore their passions, and we help adults learn new skills for new careers.
We work directly with Oklahoma businesses to make sure you get the skills employers need.
Employers today care more about skills. That's why we offer training in school districts and technology centers statewide.
More Oklahomans value workforce education than ever before.
Oklahoma Career Tech.
A workforce solution.
Hey Sooner Nation, I'm Sydney Sanders with OU Softball. As a proud sponsor of OU Athletics, William and Lauren outfits us in custom suits that boost our confidence both on and off the field. Their perfectly tailored clothing ensures every Sooner stands out in comfort and style at prices that make luxury accessible. Visit William and Lauren in Oklahoma City or online at williamandlauren.com. Dress like a champion and make your style as legendary as OU Softball.
Well, we got a pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Sam Landry will take over. She's been the load bearer, if you will, this postseason for the Sooners. Has thrown 30 postseason innings, a 1.40 ERA. She's 5-1. 1-1 here in the Women's College World Series, and has thrown 13 of the 15 2/3 the Sooners have played. Mm-hmm. Now she'll face Riley McCoy with a runner at first and 2 outs. Runner's off. Nope. Ball a little bit in.
When we had the pitching change, we had the double play, we had a lot going on. I'm going to be honest, I cannot believe that Oregon didn't bunt Lashar.
I'm shocked.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Lashar, a lefty. He got wheels everywhere.
1 ball, no strikes. Sam nods, and now time is...
There was still a second on the clock, or is that just me?
There was... there was still...
You can't have your hands together for more than 5 seconds.
You hear that? You can't have your hands together for more than 5 seconds.
Have you heard that rule?
I've never heard that. It's new to me. Well, I do have a rule book here.
I haven't seen a call yet this year, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's a ball. Two balls and no strikes to Riley McCoy.
Keep an eye on Lashar here.
Swing and a miss. 2-1.
And I think, too, if you're watching, the way this game is going, I think the move to Landry, you're just watching the momentum. You're watching Oregon trying to put pressure.
Runner goes. It's a foul tip. Was it? Well, the runner stole second by a mile, but I guess it was just a swing and a miss. Oh, well. That's how fast Kylu Shar is. For totals, that is her 60th stolen base of the season. 6-0.
That's insane.
Unbelievable. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Oh, ball 3. A little bit out.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Full count. With a runner at second and 2 outs. 1-1 game. Bottom of this, top of the 3rd inning, excuse me. Pitch from Sam. Ball 4. Were you surprised at all by how quickly Sam Landry got the call here?
A little surprised because as the inning was going, right, Deal got the start. He got a close game right here. But I think... And we didn't get the opportunity. I didn't get the opportunity to talk to Coach about it a ton when I was kind of asking.
Oregon was sneaking on you.
When I was asking the question, Oregon was kind of stirring, and so mine and Coach Gasso's conversation about the plan in the circle got cut a little bit short. But I think going through the middle of this lineup, and as I said, some of the hacks that you were starting to see put on Kirsten Deal, she's also working behind accounts.
Ball 1 to Paige Sinicki. Sinicki flied out to left her last time up. OU baseball has taken a 2-1 lead over North Carolina. They're on to the top of the 5th inning. Sooners trying to force an if necessary game tomorrow. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Sinicki. Nice, strike one. James Hitt is in for the Sooners, who destroyed Nebraska earlier today. So we'll be keeping an eye on what's going on in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. A lot going on in Diamond Sports in the Sooner Nation. 1-1. Couldn't check or swing. That was vintage Sam right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But I think another layer of the pitching change, too, is watching what's going on offensively for the Sooners, right? 5 runners left on base. You've left multiple runners in scoring position at this point. You've got to make sure you are not giving away runs.
1-2, swing and a miss. Oh, Sam Landry, fire me up. First strikeout for Landry. 4th of the game by a Sooner pitcher. Oregon strands 2. And as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Oklahoma and Oregon knotted at 1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Braum's is bringing the heat. Introducing Braum's new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Braum's crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Braum's sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection. Because nothing is better than Braum's.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Need to get back in the game when it comes to health insurance for your family or just yourself? We've got you covered. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma is connecting Oklahomans to quality health care through every stage of life. Local service with access to the largest network in the state. Choose Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma is a proud sponsor of the University of Oklahoma Athletics.
The best place to gear up for game day is the Sooner Shop, the official fan shop of OU Athletics. Visit them in-store on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium or online at shop.soonersports.com. I see you, Malibu Ron, checking in from beautiful Santa Barbara. Eagle Nicky and Jay Bird up in Sand Springs tonight. Joe Bob Hackney in Lexington. Shauna Mullins in Clinton. Boomer Sooner from Kelly and Kim Walker in Perry, Florida. Evan Todd is listening in from Texas, headed to a concert tonight. Shirley and Galen are synced up in Moore. Larry in the St. Pete Soonered in. Bobby McKay is listening to both softball and baseball. Well done, buddy. Isaac McGee in East Grand Rapids. Sooner Judy in Silver City. Miss Jane Jetson down in Dallas. C. Mills, as always. John May in Stanton, Texas. J.O. and Debbie Parker in Montezuma. Mark Worley in Edmond. And Micah, the Micah, is tuned in from Hawaii. Now, is it Kanawha or Kanawha?
I think Kanawha.
We got a new pitcher for Oregon. They've turned to their ace, Lindsey Grine, 30-2 on the season. 2.14 ERA, 231 strikeouts, 71 walks. Here's Gabby Garcia to lead it off. First pitch high, ball 1.
And this change doesn't surprise me at all. Going to Grine. At this point, Sokolsky had already gone through the lineup 2 times. Nearly 2 times. But you got a 1-1 ball game. You're starting to get to a little bit deeper. Go with your ace.
1-0 is fouled back towards us. Ooh. Thought we had a chance.
But I think you can kind of see game plan from both of these staffs of going, we took some innings off of our ace. Now we're in a position in a tight ball game to put your ace in the circle and put the ball in their hands. We're seeing it from both ends.
Sooners hit Sokolsky hard. I don't blame Missy for making Coach Lombardi for making this move here. 1 ball and a strike. Grind stares in, brings it home to Garcia off speed. In for a strike, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
She's good. Big, strong righty. Pitch from Lindsey Grind, the Virginia Tech transfer, headed home. Swing and a miss. She's pumped up. You mentioned they're emotional.
Yes.
And she'll let you know about it.
And one thing Grind does such a tremendous job of is just threading the needle with her spots. And fun fact about Coach Lombardi, her favorite Major League Baseball pitcher of all time, Greg Maddux.
Right.
Right, and it shines through so much in the way that she calls pitches, and Grind is Maddox-esque in the way that she just, her placement of pitches and the way she mixes speeds.
1-1 game, bottom of the third. Here's Nelly. First pitch swinging, fouls it off.
That was the same balls. That was the same ball, I guess.
You hear our home plate umpire explaining with Emma Cox, the catcher, hey, that was the same ball we threw back earlier. We've seen quite a bit here today. Carlin Pickens did it quite a bit. The two UCLA pitchers both did. They don't like the new softballs, like when they get a fresh ball. Understandable. Lindsey Grind did not like the first ball she got. She's ready now. 0-1 pitch headed to Nelly, who's... They gave time to the catcher.
I thought he was getting ready to call the 5 seconds in the glove crap again.
Greg Scallion checked in. He said that ESPN is even saying they've never heard that rule before. Here's the 0-1 from Grind, headed home. Whoa, way wild, way high, all the way to the backstop. Grind pitched against Ole Miss 9 1/3. Allowed 5 runs, 4 of them earned. She was really good against UCLA in 5 innings. 5 hits, including the walk. Sokolsky came in and gave up the walk-off. She started that game against the Bruins. The 1-1 is in for a strike, 1-2.
Well, and here's the thing with Grind. She uses the rise ball. She uses the drop ball. As I mentioned, she changes speeds really well, and that's a big piece of why she's so effective. But here's the thing with a rise ball pitcher. That pitch misses just a hair low. You have got to be ready to attack.
Outside, 2-2. She's had some games where she's been hit. A 14-1 loss to Stanford, 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. They got her out pretty quick in that one.
Yeah, when you north to south, like Grind does, the rise ball, the drop ball, if as a hitter you can zone one of those off.
2-2 is ripped to the 5-6 hole just like that. Nelly McEnroe-Marinas has the 6th hit of the game for the Sooners. That was smoked.
Such a big key, and we just saw Nelly McEnroe-Marinas do it. You got to zone something off, and when you see a pitch in the zone, you've got to be ready to attack. Again, north and south, pitchers are so effective, but when a team has a good game plan against them, you do see them get banged around from time to time.
Now what do we have? Emma Cox goes running out to chat with Grind, and I don't know what that was about, but the umpire went right behind her. I think he was saying, let's go, guys. Sid Sanders is 0 for 1, popped out to third base in her last at bat. The pitch to the Sooner first baseman is low and in. Shadows start to cascade across the field here at Devon Park. 1-1 game, bottom of the third inning. Game hasn't had too much of a good pace to it.
It has not. Seems to be synonymous with Oregon games.
Mm-hmm. Here's the 1-0 to Sid. A little bit out, 2-0.
Talk about the shadows and the shade coming through the field. You know that some of these fans are going, thank you.
Yes.
Sitting there in the sun.
It's been a brutal day here. It's hot all day long, hottest day we've had here in OKC for the series. 2-0, big cut, foul tip, right in the mid.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1 to Sid. This is one of those moments where you'd like to see your senior kind of set a tone here. Put something in the gap. Fouled off.
That pitch, a defensive swing coming from Sid Sanders, nearly 70 miles an hour in on the hands, and Sid Sanders just way late.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
If you're Sid Sanders, you expect something up and in again.
The pitch, fouled back.
And that's what she was looking for, that pitch on the inner half. Again, the pitch before, Grind just completely overpowered Sid Sanders with the velocity and went to it again, so good adjustment.
I'm sorry, I am reading what Karen Weekly said in her post-game press conference about the play at home plate, and I think I might have just become a fan of hers.
I was going to say, I got a feeling it was pretty colorful.
The 2-2, a little bit up, 3-2. Talk about zoning it off. That's a good take by Sid.
Tremendous take. Recognizing the rise ball up in the zone and leaving it there. That's an out pitch. On a 2-2 count, that's an out pitch from Grind. So now, Grind, 3-2. You are forcing her to come in the strike zone.
Pitch to Sanders. Off speed, hammer. Get out of here, ball. Deep to left field. It's gone. It's gone. It's out of here. A home run by Sid Sanders on a line over the left field wall. You wanted a moment. You needed a moment from the senior, and you got it. On the biggest stage in a big moment, the Sooners needing some momentum, and Sid Sanders provides it with a ball that got out of here in a flash. 3-1 Sooners.
We talked about the approach when Lindsey Grind entered this ballgame. She works north and south. You've got to be able to zone the rise ball off. The pitch that made that at bat was the 2-2 take. The 2-2 take made Grind have to bring the ball into the strike zone, and Sid Sanders was all over it.
16th postseason home run by the Sooners. The 7th here in the Women's College World Series. First pitch to Ilana Agbayani on the outside corner for strike 1. And for Sid Sanders, home run number 12 on the season. Home runs this year brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. 0-1. Good cut. Fouled straight back.
Gotta love the approaches since Grind has entered this game. You know the Sooners prepared for both Sokolsky and Grind, but you gotta love watching the game plan kind of come out in full force. I mean, since Grind has entered this ballgame, we're seeing more aggressive at-bats, but we're seeing at-bats that look confident.
0-2 misses low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sid Sanders has been so big in big moments. The numbers might not be as good as she wants them. 1-2 misses somewhere. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I found the rule thanks to Stephen York on 5 seconds.
Okay, it's really a thing?
It's really a thing. I'll read it to you
right.
coming up here in a bit. And I still have my Karen Weekly stuff we got to get to.
Yes.
2-2 is high ball 3.
Like I'm curious of the Karen Weekly quotes because, like I said, I got a feeling they're colorful and.
I think they're the funniest thing I've ever read from a coach, and I'm not going to lie.
Pretty blunt.
Pretty blunt. Here's the 3-2 to Ilana. That's foul. All right, here's what Karen Weekly said. And if you missed it earlier, Sooners are up 3-1 here, bottom of the 3rd. UCLA hit a 2-run home run to tie the game at 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but Megan Grant missed home plate. And when she went back to touch home plate, she was assisted by a teammate. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Agbayani. Sky to center field, not deep enough though. Kadri Luchar is under it, 2 away. After looking at it for 15 minutes, the umpires said that the rule ushering someone back to the plate was not reviewable. Karen Weekly, quote, I think everybody but 4 people saw the play at the plate. We saw it in the dugout that she missed the plate. And then we saw that her teammate had kind of pushed her back. And by rule, that should have been nullified. I think everybody but 4 people, Bella Emmerling Takes ball 1. She homered her last time up.
What 4 people is she referring to playing?
But you notify the umpires of the play to review it. Yes. We went to the umpire and said, this is what happened. And they finally did their thing. Swing and a miss, strike 1. No, 1. That's hilarious.
So the thing that I think is really interesting about that, it is reviewable, though, had she missed home plate and not gone back and touched
That's
it.
right.
Correct?
That's right. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, way out in front of it, or at least it looked like she was out in front of it at first.
It's irrelevant at this point, but should she not have been out after
the umpire should have called it, and they missed it, is her point. Wild moment. And led to the slightly late start for this game. The 1-2 is up high.
But once she was touched by another player, shouldn't she have been out anyway?
She was, yes.
All right.
That was what they missed. That is a wild rule if it's not reviewable. And I think that's going to change.
Yep.
Popped up behind home plate. That's going to get out of play. Here is the 5-second rule. According to Rule 10.2.1 and 10.2.2, and actually that's a fact, 10.2.3, after receiving the signal, the pitcher's hand must come together in view of the plate umpire for not more than 5 seconds.
Okay.
Never have heard that before.
No.
Rule 10.2.3.
I've heard other 5-second rules. Not that one.
2-2 pitch headed home to Bella Emmerling. Can she do it again? Takes ball 3. You know, I don't know what's going to happen in this at bat for Bella Emmerling, but she just looks more confident from here. Full count, 3-1 Sooner lead, thanks to a 2-run homer from Sid Sanders. The pitch popped up back towards us. Here we go, DJ. Oh, too high. ESPN had a note right before the Sanders bomb that Oregon's pitchers, when used in relief appearances, have an ERA of 10. 10. Thanks, Kyle. 3-2 pitch. Grounded towards third. Oh, it's fair. It'll get into the corner, but Emmerling will stay at first. It got under the glove of Flannery. And how about a 2-hit day for Bella Emmerling?
It's a really good at-bat from Emmerling. Fighting off some pitches, taking some pitches, and it's really good to see Bella Emmerling put a ball in the dirt. Good at-bat.
Don't let her get hot. Well, I mean, let her get hot. Here's Abby Dayton. She's 0 for 1, grounded out to first her last time up. They are giving Abby Dayton the right field line if she wants at first pitch. Right on the outer edge, strike 1.
Tell you what, a missed pitch, Abby Dayton can absolutely turn on something.
2 home runs this year. Really good at kind of being the spark plug in that 9-hole. She takes the 0-1 low, a ball and a strike.
I talk about the emotion that comes from the Oregon pitching staff. You can see a little bit of frustration from Grind right now.
They ruled out an error on Flannery.
Oh,
sorry, Bella. I'm sure they'll change that. They have to. That was smoked. Here's the 1-1. A little bit low, 2 balls and a strike. Man, you really would like to see Abby Dayton turn this lineup over with how hot Cassidy Pickering and Ella Parker have been here tonight.
We talked about this early in the game of the way that the top part of this lineup is swinging the bat. You've got to find a way to give them opportunities with runners on base.
Ball 3. Yep, here comes Emma Cox to slow things down. We're moving a little bit too quickly this half inning for her. Patty Gasso will chat with Abby Dayton. What are you looking for here if you're Abby Dayton?
You got to expect Grind to be in the strike zone, and she'll go to that drop ball. So I think a big piece for Abby Dayton is to recognize that drop ball and not be afraid to catch it before the break.
I agree.
But got to be expecting something low in the zone here from Grind.
3-1 had a big cut. swung through it. Strike two. You heard Abby Dayton ask, was it a strike? It was. Full count. So Bella Emmerling will get a bit of a head start here. If Dayton can put one in the gap, the 3-2 pitch. Ooh, fouled off our catcher Emma Cox mask. She's okay. She's tough. In kind of shallow in center field is Kedre Luchar. Let's do the 3-2 again. The pitch from Grind. Oh, it hit her in the head.
She's all right.
She spins, throws her arms out as she runs backwards down the first baseline. It hit her in the helmet, and there's runners at first and second with 2 outs. Patty Gasso, they've got to check on her to make sure she's okay.
Tell you what.
How fast was that?
It came in upper 60s.
Oh, 68.
I'll say this.
Are we making another pitching change?
It wouldn't shock me. Grind doesn't look right. And then you got Pickering Parker here.
Dayton appears to be okay. Patty Gasso waves Bella Emmerling over as Missy is in the Coach Lombardi. I'm sorry. Coach Lombardi's in the circle with her team. Patty Gasso is going to bring everyone together in front of the Sooner dugout.
You know, when I say this pitching change, what are you going to do? Go back to Skolsky? Probably not. I mean, they're 4 for 4 against her.
And in the NCAA tournament, the only other pitchers that have thrown innings are Stacey Chambers, and she's only thrown 7 innings. And Taylor Spencer threw a third of an inning and has an ERA of 99 in the NCAA tournament.
Ouch.
They haven't thrown Rowan Thompson since early in the season. So, you know,
where do you go?
It's on Lindsey Grind.
Yeah, I mean, where do you go? If you go back to Skolsky, you definitely can't do it at the top part of this lineup.
It's a really good point. If you're going back to her and you're burning Lindsey Grind for the night, you are not doing it with two players that are a combined 4 for 4 against her.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're Oregon, you've got to rely on your ace to figure it out.
Yeah. All right, here's Pickering. 2 for 2 on the day. First and second, 2 out, 3-1. The Sooners lead it. Here's the pitch from Grind. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up in the shallow left field. Racing over in foul territory is Kai Luchar to make the catch. And that'll do it for the Sooners in the third. There it is. Thanks to Tommy Lambert for checking in. Lisa Jean up in Tulsa. Zane, Jana, Rick, and the dogs and cats checking in for North Huntington, Pennsylvania. How about Aaron and Chelsea Riddell in Colorado Springs? Larry and Danita Higgs from Prague, Oklahoma. Philip is in McAllister. Colmo J while he's driving from Stillwater to Perry. And there's Therese down in Austin. We head to the fourth. 3-1 Sooners. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I looked through his eyes. I can envision the whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
a proud partner of Sooner Softball with multiple locations in Oklahoma, Planet Fitness can help you with whatever you are getting fit for. Join today. And if you want to know who's doing a whole lot for the state of Oklahoma, look no further than the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. From contributing billions to education, funding medical research, and supporting the arts, they are deeply invested in the well-being of our state.
Mid-inning interview is over. Diane checked in from section 22. Sooner Dougie cheering and watching on his patio in Edmond. Kelly Freeman listening from the studio in Learfield. She's got no other choice. Linda Proctor in Tip City. Chris Emerson up in Jinx. Papa Wheelie in Choctaw. Here we go. Emma Cox will lead things off. 3-1 Sooners. First pitch from Sam Landry, a strike in the top of the fourth inning. The winner gets Texas Tech and Nyjah Kennedy tomorrow night in primetime. The loser, season comes to an end. No balls and a strike. The pitch. Oh, right on the inside edge. Strike two. Cox is 0 for 1. A strikeout victim in the second.
And this is where you want to see Sam Landry really and truly take this game over. Fourth inning, about midway through. You've got a 2-run cushion.
The 0-2 fouled back. Get some quick innings, right? Get back in the dugout, put up some more crooked numbers.
Yeah, because it was nice. I mean, really, you go to the bottom of the third, the best at-bats I feel like we've seen from Sooner hitters in a minute. I mean, even tracking back to against some of those at-bats off of Kavan yesterday.
No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, off speed, just gets a piece of it. Does Emma Cox.
That's a really nice pitch. 0-2 going right after Cox in the zone.
Shade has encompassed all of Devon Park. At least the playing field, that is. Out in right, center, and parts of left field, it is still toasty. Off speed, got her swinging. Got a kid, Sam Landry, that a kid. Second straight strikeout by Landry, her second of the game. 5th for Sooner pitchers, and there's one away. Strikeouts brought to you as always by Tinker Federal Credit Union.
That's just flat out throwing to a hole. 0-2 back-to-back changeups, and just seeing the freshman not able to get on time.
Des Patman homered her last time up. Year of the strike call. Carried over a few of our shout-outs here to the fourth because there was so much action on the field. No balls and 1 strike. 3-1, the Sooners lead it. Pitch. It's a bunt. Landry's got plenty of time. 2 away.
I think what I love about that more than anything is Sam Landry just coming off the rubber, out of the circle. 0 panic. Bunt right back to her, and Patman trying to take advantage, and Landry just, like it was a ground ball, right back to her is how she handled it.
2 away for Kaylin Jones, who has been solid over at second. Okay, this is wild. We just had another moment. The ESPN ump cam has been inconsistent.
Yes.
And the guy that fixes it looks like he just crawled out from underneath an overpass somewhere. So when he runs out, you're like, what's going on? But he just tried to fix the camera again. Oh, there's a ball going away. Well, you see this homeless guy running on the field. Like, where did he come from? 1 ball and no strikes to Jones. She singled her last time up off Kirsten Deal. First appearance against Sam Landry. There's a strike.
I'm sure he's a very nice man.
Oh, it's just, hey, listen, he's obviously super smart.
Yes.
And very intelligent. But it's like all of a sudden you see this guy that everyone's dressed how they are and they're all sporty. And this guy comes in like a Hawaiian shirt and a scruffy beard and blue jeans, slapped towards short. It's going to be a close one at first. She beat it out. Kaylin Jones is that dude when it comes to speed.
And just perfectly placed. I mean, that's just flat out just handling the bat. I mean, Oregon has a lot more slappers than you see throughout the country. I mean, it's something that the sport of softball is not gotten away from, but you don't see that that traditional slapper. Oregon still has sort of a traditional 1 through 9, the way their offense is set up, but that was just beautifully placed. Yeah.
Stephanie Maake might have just tied this game deep to center field. Dayton at the warning track makes the catch. Inning over, disaster averted. Hey, the great Justin Yahola and his wife Kelly have checked in. They're listening in with their friends Kendra and Jared in Norman. Crystal Kodina tuned in while she's driving around. Miss you, Crystal. Thanks for everything. And Doug Hamilton down in Hockley, Texas. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Looking the Sooners' way. They lead it 3-1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has connected students and businesses with career training opportunities.
We help students explore their passions, and we help adults learn new skills for new careers.
We work directly with Oklahoma businesses to make sure you get the skills employers need.
Employers today care more about skills. That's why we offer training in school districts and technology centers statewide.
More Oklahomans value workforce education than ever before.
Oklahoma Career Tech,
a workforce solution.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I run a foundation that awards work ethic scholarships. But when it comes to work ethic, you guys wrote the book. Nobody works harder than the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. It can be blazing hot or crazy cold. They're always out there, making sure America has all the energy we need to stay safe and secure. Something to think about next time you see one of those monuments to independence, otherwise known as an oil rig. Learn more at oerb.com/Mike Rowe.
Hey Sooner fans, this is Bella Emmerling with OU Softball on behalf of our friends at Homeland Grocery Stores. It's championship season on the diamond and the season of savings at your neighborhood Homeland. Whether you're firing up the grill, celebrating graduation or summer holidays, or cheering on another Sooner championship run, Homeland has everything you need to knock savings out of the park. So let's rally behind the Sooners this postseason and download the Homeland app to start saving today.
Max is checking in for his 93-year-old mom, Dolores Robinson, who listens to every game. Thanks, Dolores. Preston and Carol synced up at Edgefield, South Carolina. Rick Diggs is tuned in from a Walmart parking lot in North OKC. Jeremy from his car in Newcastle, while D and J are sitting on the patio enjoying a nice evening. Ken is out in Deer Creek. Giddy is in Willow Park, Texas. Bub and KP synced up in Temple. We're cooking here in OKC. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 Sooners. Mid-inning interview with head coach Patty Gasso. I think there would still be probably some frustration from Coach Gasso with missed opportunities so far. Sooners coming off a game where they stranded 9 base runners against Texas. They have stranded 7 here already, and we're only through 3 innings hitting for the Sooners.
Yeah, I think between the last 2 games, I think the entire towns of Wood River and Roxanne, Illinois have been stranded at this point. We're getting there.
The entire river bend. 16 through not even 2 full games. All right, Ella Parker leads it off. First pitch high, ball 1.
I will say the thing that is encouraging to see, I mean, you go back to the 3rd, and now you'd like to see a better at-bat from Cassidy Pickering with runners in scoring position, right? First pitch swinging, not a good hack and popping the ball up, but overall, better at-bats in the 3rd.
There's a strike. 1-1. Ella has hit the ball hard. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Right as she stepped up, I was watching the guys in center field, and they started waving their hands. They're like, hey, we're here. Hit us here.
She's going to hit one. I feel like she's going to turn on it.
1-1, foul that straight back. A couple of others here I wanted to say thanks to my buddy Warren Blankenship, him and his wife Sheila, on their way back from Baton Rouge, where my man was, I'm sure, winning a bowling tournament. Big Zilla's in Maui, Hawaii, celebrating his 68th birthday. Happy birthday, Big Zilla. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, good cut, fouled it off. And happy retirement, Paul Lancaster's wife, retiring for more, retiring, not for more, in more. Enjoy today. Thanks everyone who checked in, and we appreciate it. 3-1 here, Sooners, bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch to Ella. Missed low and away, 2-2.
It's a really good take. And I feel like it just goes back to what we were talking about in Ella's last at-bat of those active takes. That was a pretty decent off-speed pitch from Grind, but you can see just the rhythm and the timing from Parker. I mean, she wasn't even out of time on that pitch.
Here comes the 2-2. Hit hard to the right side. What a play. On the run. Jones throws. Got her.
She's good, man.
She's too good.
Only a freshman, but her range and the angles that she takes to ground balls, it's very, I mean, we talk about Ailana Agbayani all the time and how well she does it, but watching Kaylin Jones at second base and just doing it as a freshman at the level that she's at has really been impressive.
OU baseball has retaken the lead on North Carolina in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-3 Sooners in Chapel Hill. First pitch to Sid Barker is a strike. Dickerson hits a home run. OU trying to force an if-necessary game tomorrow. After losing to North Carolina yesterday, here's the 0-1 fouled off. Good cut by Sid. Sooners gave up 6 unearned runs.
It's a tough day.
Yesterday, that hurt. College baseball action in the regional in Chapel Hill. You can hear Toby and Kendall Pettis and Carly Murray on the Varsity Network app and, of course, on Sooner Radio affiliates. Soonersports.com/radio. There's an 0-2 that misses up high. Sid Barker is 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out to second. Was caught looking in the second.
I really want to see Sid make an adjustment. I mean, she's had 2 tough at-bats, but I think what sort of magnifies those at-bats a little bit more was having the runners in scoring position and being in an opportunity, having an opportunity to push some runs across.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of Sid Barker. Two-way. Good bounce back inning here.
Gabby Garcia, an opportunity here to break up the 1-2-3 inning. Again, we talk about 2 out hitting a lot. Yes, you want to see that production with 2 outs, but I think more than that, you want Grind and Oregon to stand out there and wear it for a little bit.
First pitch to Gabby is a bunt foul. See, okay, here's an envision. That's what I thought we were going to see a lot more of Gabby Garcia this year. I didn't think we'd see 20 home runs.
We'll take it.
But we'll take it. Absolutely. Bunt was foul.
I like the idea there, right? It goes exactly with what we were just talking about, to find a way to get a base runner in this inning and try to start some sort of 2-out rally.
Yeah.
I like the idea of showing the bunt for a hit, just trying to break this all up.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, headed home. In for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 3-1 Sooners.
And just the importance, too. I mean, you're watching Grind. I talk about the emotion, talk about just the... Oregon is a momentum team. And they go as Grind goes.
0-2. In her eyes, she fouled it back somehow.
But a spot in this game... I mean, Oregon has 9-1-2 coming up in the 5th. That's a good spot for them to be. But you kind of watch the demeanor of Grind. This is an Oregon team who is not just going to roll over and say, you got a 2-run lead on us in the 5th. I mean, you're watching her mannerisms in the circle, just trying to get some sort of momentum and get Oregon fired up.
Here's the 0-2. Ooh, that just missed. A slap of the glove from Lindsey Grind, who thought she had strike 3. See if the freshman can do something here with 2 outs, and the Sooners up 3-1. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off. The winner gets Texas Tech tomorrow. Now, I'm not trying to get too cart before horsey here, but I will say this. I thought Nyjah Kennedy looked a little bit more human than Ole Miss and UCLA allowed her to look. I mean, they were some hard hit balls on her last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Gabby. Foul straight back towards us. There we go, DJ. Oh, so close.
My arms aren't long enough. Short people problems.
Sooners would be playing in the evening session tomorrow night. So that would be a 6 o'clock first pitch. We'd be on the air with a 5:30 pregame show. And Oklahoma would have to win twice in order to advance to the championship series. And turn around and play a game right after that. Here's the 1-2 pitch again to Gabby. Hammered deep to center field, but racing back and making the running catch is Kedre Lushar, and that'll do it.
That's a good at-bat from Gabby Garcia. The outcome goes down as an out in the book, but that's a really good at-bat coming from Gabby Garcia.
We head to the 5th. Sooners up 3-1 over Oregon. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Get your kids into the game and behind the scenes by joining the Sooner Kids Club. Membership includes free admission to over 70 sporting events, a Sooner swag pack featuring a replica football jersey, and VIP experiences all year long. Visit Soonersports.com/Kids Club to join today. Sooner Softball also brought to you by OG&E. OG&E, we energize life. And for comprehensive coverage of the Women's College World Series and the upcoming College World Series, make sure to tune into SiriusXM Channel 84, College Sports Radio, and SEC Radio Channel 374. Home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, interviews, and analysis. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. We owe you an ID. Let's take it here before we start the 5th. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. Sam Landry back to work. Entire field now in most of the right center field and right field bleachers in shade. A cool night after a hot day here in Oklahoma City. First pitch is a strike to Katie Flannery. Sooners up 3-1. 3 runs on 7 hits. No errors so far for the Sooners. A run on 5 hits and 1 error for Oregon. A 2-run homer from Sid Sanders. A solo home run from Bella Emmerling. And the Sooners have stranded 7 base runners. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. That hasn't been a strike tonight, but we'll take it.
It's a nice location. I don't think it's a strike, but I like the pitch, and I like the call. Let's go ahead. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Flannery singled her last time up. She's hitting .281 on the season. Off speed, popped up, foul territory, right side. Sid Sanders has it. 1 away.
It's a huge out. Huge, huge, huge out. Not allowing Flannery, as she did back in the 3rd, to push this lineup back over and start a rally, get some momentum for the Lushar sisters. Big out.
Speaking of them, there's Kai Lushar. And the Sooners will bring in the 5 infielders now. Note the change. Patty Gasso went out to make sure the home plate umpire knows now because Hannah Core has checked in center field. So that means that Abby Dayton moves in from right field to second base. Remember, Texas kind of threw a hissy fit about this yesterday. So with Nelly, Gabby, and Ailana Agbayani on the left side of the infield between second and third, you have Abby Dayton moving in to basically try to shut down any chance of Kai Lushar finding a way to get on base and stealing a base like she's already done here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we heard Coach Lombardi say it. Kai Lushar gets on base. It's basically a double, and we saw it. I mean, it was not even close on the steal. The Sooners flash to the leather with another double play. I mean, we've seen more double plays this week than I feel like we've seen. I know we've turned more this season, but the amount of them in 3 games is unbelievable.
All right, explanation finally concluded. Obviously, no one has late-night dinner plans here this evening. 3-1 Sooners. We're in the top of the 5th inning, 1 away. Lushar is 1 for 2. First pitch, I think he called a ball. It skipped off the glove of Emmerling and then hit our home plate umpire, Chad Steers, in the face mask. No ball, 1 ball and no strikes. That was called a ball. There's a strike, 1-1. That lower edge is becoming more of a strike now as this game progresses.
It is, and here's the thing too. You've got Sam Landry, who's really working the bottom part of the zone. You're not seeing that from Grind right now.
1-1, strike 2.
So, I mean, I feel like Sam Landry is getting some calls in the river that we didn't see early on in this game, but it tells you how well she's breaking her pitches across the plate.
Sam Marder's going to slow things down. Game was moving too well this half inning. It's an Oregon thing, and I don't know necessarily how purposeful it is, but they'll really drag things down. Slow things down, I guess I should say.
I really do, and I don't have necessarily insight into this at all, but just from watching Oregon again, I go back to just the type of personality this team has. I really think that this is because this isn't something Oregon's done forever.
Right.
I really think it is something of not allowing this team to kind of spin out of control.
Gotcha.
I really do.
Ooh, 1-2 was close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-1 Sooners. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 5 infielders here for the dangerous Kai Lushar. Ball 3.
Big pitch here. You've got to make Lushar earn her way on base. Do not just allow her to walk to first and take second.
Especially with a 2-run lead here, the 3-2. Slap towards third. It's going to be close at first. Nelly throws. Got her. Sooner fans here know it. They know it. It's a huge out, 2 away. And, I mean, you're now 7 outs away, and you might not have to deal with Kai Lushar again.
And we talk about it a lot. So many times in the 5th inning, you're going through the middle of the lineup. That 3, 4, 5, you're going, or 5, 4, 5, 6, you're going, if we can get through this, we're going to be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
This is that same inning, that 9-1-2 of not letting Oregon set the table. I mean, this is that inning.
First pitch is a bunt, a hard one. Nelly up with it, throws. My goodness, Nelly McEnroe-Marinas. Flash in the leather, throws her out. Inning over.
Nelly made that play look so much easier than it was. What a play. Throwing on the run, off, oh my gosh, off the play. Unreal.
The key to beating Oregon is to keep the sisters, Kai and Kedri Lushar, off the base paths. So far in 6 plate appearances, they are 1 for 6. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Sooners up 3-1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
The Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger is an all-time favorite. It brings so many flavors together in harmony, you might wonder if it's greater than the sum of its parts. It's got 2 all-beef patties, both of which fantastic. Crispy bacon, love that. Grilled onions, melty cheese. I mean, who would say no? And sweet and spicy pepper sauce. Yes, please. I guess we're kind of partial to every part. The Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Riverwind is bringing the heat this June at OKC's favorite casino. So get the party started with the hottest jackpots in town.
Book a stay at our hotel for a weekend of fun with friends.
Win like an all-star on your go-to games.
Grab a bite and a bev at one of our fabulous eateries.
Go for gold with your wild card and play for your chance at $80,000 in our Sunshine Riches giveaway.
For the best summer yet and unforgettable good times, make it Riverwind.
In the heart of Norman, where the fans are loud and Sooner spirit soars, there's a team caring for our community with the same level of passion. Norman Regional, Norman's leader in health and wellness care. Just as we stand behind our Sooner softball team, Norman Regional stands behind you. From orthopedics to heart care and the routine checkups that keep you on your A-game, Norman Regional is dedicated to providing the best care right because this is our home turf and we're committed to keeping it healthy, strong, and vibrant. Visit normanregional.com or call 405-515-5000 today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1 Sooners. Bob Moore Ford is proud to honor service members to the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, visit bobmooreford.com/hero. Try the new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic. Not going to lie, very jealous of Coach Gasso's Sonic tumbler.
It's super bedazzled.
Yeah,
it's very Coach.
It is. And the University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners, Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Wonderfolk, and Boomerang Diner. Along with DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. 3-1 Sooners, bottom of the 5th inning. 5th inning's brought to you this year by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Here's Nellie McEnroe-Marinas. She's 1 for 1 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. Against Lindsey Grind, Sooners have pounded out 7 hits. First pitch. Had a good question. That's a strike. Because you guys know how I love Ask the Booth. It's my personal favorite. Someone said, what do you mean by crooked numbers? We get this about once a year. Well, a crooked number. It's not a straight number like 1. Put a crooked number up. 2, a 3, a 4. Makes you feel better. That's outside. See, a 1 is a straight line. Getting her? A 2, a 3.
Crooked.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's really that simple.
And a 0 is a goose egg.
You don't want that 0.
Nope.
Ball 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and a strike.
It's a good take. I want to go back to Nellie's at bat back in the 3rd and how huge that was. I mean, obviously you look at the Sid Sanders home run, but Nellie following up the strikeout, Grind enters this game, and that single led to that bomb, just being on base.
2-1 pitch, pop foul out of play. 1 goes scurrying. They had a record-setting crowd yesterday. The largest crowd ever for, what do they call that, session 3, session 4? Good crowd here today in what has been kind of a day you don't want to play.
Come on.
We called 5 seconds. Now we're going to give time here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's fine. I'm calm. Remain calm.
Clearly.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled back.
It's a really good hack. A little bit of an off-speed pitch. Really love seeing Nellie putting good swings on the ball. Again, I go back to that at-bat in the 3rd. She also drew a walk back in the 1st, but seeing the ball really well today.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Nellie. Ball 3.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2 pitch. Oh, called strike 3. Nelly thought she might have been able to draw a walk there. Good spot, man.
Right in on the knee. That's a good location.
Here's Sid Sanders. She homered her last time up. Takes a ball low. She's up to, see, what is she hitting now in the postseason? One ball, no strikes first. Big swing and a miss. NCAA tournament numbers for Sid now 3 for 16. That was her first NCAA tournament home run, and for good measure, it was her second second Women's College World Series hit. She takes strike 2, ball and 2 strikes.
That's kind of crazy to think about that was Sid's first home run in postseason, period. That's wild.
It seems like she's hit somewhere.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. The pitch. Fouled off. Three runs on 7 hits for the Sooners. Oregon has a run, 5 hits. They did have the 1 error that was called. The winner gets Texas Tech tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Loser, well, unfortunately, their season comes to a conclusion. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Up high, 2-2.
It's a really good take from Sid, recognizing that pitch starting about the belt. Again, with a rise ball pitcher, as soon as you see that pitch begin elevated and start elevated, you know it's going to leave the strike zone.
Game has kind of hit a grind here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 2-2 fouled back, but Sid Sanders has a good at bat going. Let's see if she can cash in again. 6th pitch of the at bat, 2-2 count. I think you start talking about the number of pitches in an at bat when it gets to like 8 or 9. I think
Agreed.
6 is a little bit early. I apologize. Little bit early on that one. My bad. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Sid Sanders, low, ball 3.
Hitter like Sid Sanders has got to be so frustrating for a pitcher like Ryan, who works up and down, and a lot of her pitches are outside the zone. And you got Sid Sanders, who draws walks like nobody's business and just has a tremendous eye.
That ball's hit hard and deep. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. Sid Sanders leaves the yard again. It hugs the foul pole, and it gets out of here, baby. A 2-homer day for Sid. And the score is now 4-1, Oklahoma.
And kind of right on cue, I'm talking about the frustration you get as an up and down rise ball, drop ball pitcher. And then you've got someone like Sydney Sanders who has an impeccable eye. We saw quite a few pitches in that at bat, runs it to 3-2, and you've got Sid Sanders forcing Grind to throw a pitch within the strike zone. That's not where Grind lives. She doesn't. She works up and down, and you've got Sid Sanders saying, nope, 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 not a strike, gonna leave the zone. And we talk about matchups all the time. Sid Sanders is a terrible matchup for Lindsey Grind.
Here's Ilana Agbayani. First pitch, low, ball 1. By the way, home runs this year brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. That's for my guy Shane Sanders as well, tuned in. Another super Sanders. Tim Scrice, by the way, in Lexington. And how about Louisa Anderson, who is tuned in with her first bowl of popcorn. 1-0 misses low and away, 2-0. Popcorn's about the only thing I don't feel comfortable eating whenever it comes to, I don't know, trying to do a show on the air.
Can't imagine why. Are you a popcorn guy if you're not on the air?
I love popcorn.
Okay.
The 2-0. Check swing in for a strike.
I say if you're not on the air. That means you never get to eat popcorn, Plank, ever.
Gets caught up in my throat for some weird reason.
Well, you're always...
Well, I'm always talking. It's part of the problem. 2-1 is ball 3 high. I will say, though, recently, I'd never been a kettle corn guy.
It's not bad.
I'm a fan.
Okay, I'm kind of with you on that.
I think that it happened whenever I was in Tulsa. And Don McKinney, a big TU fan, left us a big bag of kettle corn.
Okay.
I couldn't stop eating it.
I had to come around on it, too. I'm with you there.
3-1 is fouled off. Hit hard.
Say this, Agbayani hasn't gotten her outcomes today, but she's putting good swings on the ball. And lined out early.
OU baseball starting to pull away from North Carolina. It's 7-3 now after a 5-run bottom of the 6th inning. Game's moving to the top of the 7th. So what, they're only 3 outs away from finishing this thing?
Oh, no. Plank.
What? Here's the 3-2. Ilana bounces it to first. It'll be a race to the bag, but it's won by Maake, and there's 2 away.
Agbayani just not on time for that pitch. And again, we've seen her put good swings on the ball tonight, but just getting a little bit sawed off there.
6 o'clock tomorrow. If the Sooners can hang on here, they're up 4-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be OU and Texas Tech, or more specifically, OU versus Nyjah Kennedy. First pitch to Bella. Up high, ball 1. I still can't believe they ruled the play in the, what inning was that? The 3rd in error.
You know me, Plank, I'm usually more on the side of that should be an error, right? If I think it should have been a hit.
1-0 misses low, 2-0. Boy, they're yelling about that pitch, and it wasn't even close.
No, yeah.
2 balls and no strikes. Maybe it's that angle over there behind first base. I don't know. Here's the 2-0. Big cut, fouled off. 2 balls and a strike.
I will say this, the Oregon fans have been, at least tonight, the least rowdy of the bunch that I feel like we have seen.
Little subdued.
Yeah.
Little subdued.
3-run deficit will do that sometimes, but
especially when Sam Landry's thrown the way that she is right now.
Yes. She's got Oregon twisted up.
2-1 is outside, ball 3. There you go. You mentioned about the emotional nature of Lindsey Grime. Like, she's out there throwing her arms to her side, and that's not a close pitch.
Again, it's a lot of I'm not going to knock it. I enjoy watching it.
I love it.
I think
exactly.
but you can see just the highs and the lows.
Ball 4.
And it's not just Grine either. I mean, I feel like you see it with multiple players on this Oregon team of sometimes, again, and I think that's why we see the time called a lot and the discussions. I think this is an Oregon team, and we hear Coach Gasso say this sometimes, you can't get too high. And yeah. I think that this is a team that does that.
Cheney Heldon's going to pinch run here. The Coweta Tiger getting an opportunity in the Women's College World Series. Was on the base paths whenever Ella Parker hit her walk-off home run against Tennessee. So, cool moment for the Coweta Tiger. And the least shocking thing ever, my sister Allison texted me to let me know that she's constantly eating popcorn while watching my niece Ellie pitch. Not shocking at all. All right, here's Abby Dayton. Runner at first, 2 outs, 4-1 the Sooners lead it. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dayton's 0 for 1 and was hit in the head her last plate appearance. It takes ball 1 low.
Most excited I've ever seen anyone about getting hit in the head with a almost 70 mile an hour pitch.
She's a crazy person, and I mean that in the kindest way possible. 1 ball, no strikes to Abby Dayton. Maybe a little hit and run here at 1-0. Well, I don't know. She's been all over the zone. There goes Helton.
Yep.
Fouled off. got to be careful, too, on your jumps.
Right on cue, yeah. And I can tell you who's going to be all over it. This Oregon dugout, Sid Romero.
Yeah. Sam Martyr, they're watching it close.
I'm going to be honest, I am glad we have not seen a lot of that this year as far as reviews for leaving early. There's been some of it, but nothing like what we saw a year ago.
Not as bad as it was last year. It was such a every play. Every play.
I understand it, but it almost got tacky.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch. In for a strike. Oregon, if you're looking ahead to the 6th, will have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters in McCoy, Sinicki, and Cox.
Sinicki is the name for me that kind of stands out there.
The pop fly to left field, foul territory. It's going to get out of play on another hit and run.
She's been quiet. She hasn't had any action defensively either, so I feel like Sinicki going to try to be a spark.
I'm still, by the way, so shook by the fact that we had a 15 to 20-minute review during the Tennessee-UCLA game, only to find out that it was something they couldn't review.
I feel like they were in there going, someone tell us the rule, someone tell us the rule, or someone please give us a rule so we don't have to end the game and say you missed home plate even though you hit a jack. I really wish I could have been a fly on the wall for those conversations.
Off goes Helen. She got a late jump, but she beats the throw. Stolen base. Cheney held. How about that?
Stolen base with some hesitation.
She's fast, man. She's got a chance to be really special. Same role that Aaron Miller held in 2013. Give that pinch runner opportunity. Get that maybe late game defensive substitution. Make the most of it. The 2-2 pitch to Abby Dayton. Line drive. Left field line. Slicing. Foul. The rules editor and the national coordinator of softball players gave a statement after the game, and it's a doozy.
I was reading it earlier.
Yeah. Just kind of catching up on things during the half innings here. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Buckled her knees. Good pitch.
Yeah, and we have seen a large amount of backwards Ks, especially in the last 2 games.
That'll do it for the Sooners in the 5th. We head to the 6th. Oklahoma adds a run on the solo shot for Sid Sanders. She's got 2 of them. And when we come back, Oklahoma looks to take 1 step closer to the Monday semifinals. They lead Oregon 4-1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Mom, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know, but when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think, know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think, know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course. You can't run, or you can't drive high. You can't run, or you can't drive high. Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. Sooners up 4-1. Along with DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the junior captain of the game. Junior captain has been and always will be the ultimate fan experience for children grades 3 through 7. Visit either location in Norman or South OKC for your free consultation. And the Sooner Sports Podcast, your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Find exclusive Sooner Sports content like sports game, post-game coverage, coaches' shows, and classic broadcast. It's brought to you by Allstate and Riverwind Casino. Riley McCoy, who's had a rough Women's College World Series, will lead things off. Of course, she took a line drive to the face, so she hasn't been able to play in the field for the most part. Got hurt in the regional against Stanford. She just now 1 for 7. She did walk in the 3rd inning. First pitch, outside, ball 1. This is now starting with McCoy. The second time through for Oregon against Sam.
Yes.
1 ball and no strikes. Landry brings it home. Inside corner, strike 1. Good try by McCoy to spin away from it. Almost turned into it. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Sooners. Frustrating part is they have stranded 8 runners here tonight. The 1-1, a little bit up, 2-0.
And talking to Coach Gasso before the game, it's you look at the stranding of runners, but I think the thing that makes you feel it a little bit more is just the way they were stranded, right?
Yeah.
Strikeout looking or a pop up on the infield, a weak fly ball.
2-1 is in for a strike, 2-2. Yeah.
I feel like we see this team strand runners, and that's kind of a catch-22, right? You strand runners, it means you have runners on base, but it's so much tougher to take when the at-bats aren't quality.
Yeah, you're right.
With those runners in scoring position.
2-2 is hit hard to center field, but Hannah Core has a beat on it, makes the catch 1 away. Update from Chapel Hill. Sooner baseball, after putting a 5 spot on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning, now holding on. North Carolina has put 2 on the board in the top of the 7th. OU, though, still leads it 7-5. Fortunately, still a long way to go in that one. The Sooners are the home team, trying to force an if necessary game tomorrow. This was the name you said to keep an eye on, Paige Sinicki.
And senior leader. She's been quiet defensively because there hasn't been anything hit to her, right? No. But she is a leader on this team, and she's a spark in just everything that she does.
She's 0 for 2 in the first pitch, handcuffs Bella Emmerling for ball 1. Boy, our feed is way behind here, isn't it? We're 2 pitches behind. I'll look back on that one, I guess, in the bottom of the 6th inning.
I know, I've quit looking. I'm like, oh, we're not even close.
1-0. Little bit low, 2-0. Looks like it's going to be a even longer day for Toby and the crew out in Chapel Hill. Oh, 2-0, misses low, ball 3.
You can see Sinicki, she's squaring around a bunt, trying to find her way on base. Big pitch here. Keep Sinicki off the base paths. Again, It's not that I'm worried about necessarily her taking off. She's got some wheels, but again, Sinicki's a spark. You want to get her back in the dugout.
Strike 1. Won the Gold Glove last year. She's been one of the foundational pieces for Missy Lombardi. Out of Henderson, Nevada. It's a bunt. It's a beauty. Nelly, late charge, no throw. 1 out single.
Again, there's that spark, right? When we talked even at the bottom half of the 5th about those due up, Sinicki was the name that stood out. Now, you've got to be on your toes. She will take off. 31 stolen bases on the year. She can move.
Emma Cox has struck out twice. Oklahoma's not been good in the category of throwing out runners this season, trying to still. Fouled off, strike 1. Sinicki looked like she left early on that. It would only be fitting after I complained about people challenging that.
Hey, I don't have an issue with the challenge if they actually left early. I think the thing that we saw a lot last year were people challenging it just to see what would happen.
Opponents are 23 of 26 in stolen base opportunities against the Sooners.
Yes, Nikki's going to take off at some point.
Here's the 0-1. She's not going. Ball 1 low. Sooners 58 now stolen bases this season after Cheney Helton's stolen base last half inning. Ball and a strike to Emma Cox, the catcher.
What's wild about that stat? That's 2 less than Kyla Shar has on her own on the whole year.
Bella Emmerling's going to go out and chat with Sam Landry here. What do you think the message is, DJ?
Throw strikes. You've got a 3-run lead. You have owned Emma Cox. 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks. Go right at her.
Stolen bases, it's just been the game for Oregon so far this season. 173 stolen bases, making 174 after the stolen base in the 3rd inning by Kai Lushar. Meeting's over. 2 balls and a strike. Runners not going. Swing and a miss, strike 2. What'd you see?
I thought Sinicki was about to take off. 2-2. This could be a potential running count.
Cox 2 strikeouts already tonight. Landry, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw is on line. Did they tag her? No. Ball never was in Agbayani's glove.
Yeah, that
2 away.
2-2 count.
You called that.
Yeah, expecting Sinicki to take off, and away she goes.
Sam Landry, Sam Martyr walking out to check on Sinicki at second base. I guess there was maybe a little bit of a collision there.
And you can just see Sinicki. She's trying to fire up the crowd. She's trying to fire up the dugout. And this is just such a huge... This is a big moment in this game.
Yeah.
Even with a 3-run lead. But Oregon is a passionate, emotional momentum team.
First pitch strike to Des Patman, who's 1 for 2 with a home run. She's responsible for Oregon's only run. She had a solo home run off Kirsten Deal to center field in the 2nd. Sooners have scored 4 unanswered. Every run tonight on the long ball. No balls and a strike. The pitch. Off speed. Fulder fouled it off. Oklahoma baseball got out of that top of the 7th inning jam with minimal damage. They're moving on to the bottom of the 7th. OU, who's the home team, trying to force the if necessary game, leads North Carolina in Chapel Hill 7-5. Here it's 4-1 OU softball trying to get to the semifinals. 0-2 fouled off.
It's a big hack.
Des Patman, she's been one of their spark plugs in the postseason. The home run she hit earlier was the 3rd of the postseason. She's driven 11 runs. That's 2nd on the team in the NCAA tournament. Say postseason, these numbers do not include their 1 game in the Big Ten tournament. They were eliminated as the top seed in the 1st round by Michigan. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Sam. Swing and a miss. A big fist punt from Landry. Sam Martyr was barking, thought she picked the pitch, didn't matter. Inning over. Another strikeout by Sam Landry. And that'll do it for the Ducks in the 6th. The Sooners are 3 outs away from a trip to the semifinals tomorrow. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 4-1 Sooners. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
What if you could make your energy dollars go further this summer? Switch to OG&E Smart Hours and pay nearly half price for electricity for 19 hours every weekday and all weekend long. So go ahead, bake an extra batch, stream another episode, and make your evenings cooler. Just switch your energy use to the 19 daily Smart Hours to help the grid, the environment, and your wallet. Sign up today to receive nearly half-priced electricity at oge.com/smarthours.
Cruise in Auto Spot. Norman's Car Wash, Detail, and Oil Change Center, where you can get the 7-day clean car guarantee. Now you can join the Cruisin' Mobile Text Club. Text OU Free Wash to 855-592-0764 and receive a free car wash courtesy of Cruisin' Auto Spa. Located at 1235 West Main in Norman, make sure to visit their website for more information, cruisingautospa.com. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Best friends Rosa and Jess just joined an axe throwing league. So to sharpen their skills, they went to Planet Fitness. Rosa has a PF Black card, which means Jess can tag along for free. Now these besties are the strongest hatchet tossers this side of the Oklahoma River. Bullseye! Get your PF Black card today and bring a friend for free to work out at 12 locations around Oklahoma City. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Deal ends June 13th. Planet Fitness. Whatever you're getting strong for. See Home Club for terms and conditions.
We'd like to thank our OU community outreach partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. And whether Brahms is your stop for a burger and ice cream or your weekly trip for groceries from the fresh market, Brahms is proud to be a part of your family's tradition. Brahms, farm fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of Sooner Athletics. With DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. 4-1 Oklahoma. It'll be the top of the lineup. Trying to add a little bit more insurance and set up a date tomorrow with Nyjah Kennedy and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And I think if Oklahoma can get to Kennedy early. Now, I'm not trying to get too cart before horsey, but I think we'll at least force a second game tomorrow night. So get a little nap in during the day tomorrow is what I'm saying. If Oklahoma can hold on here, they're up 4-1. It'll be Pickering, Parker, and Barker. I wonder if maybe JT and Coach Gasso will decide to pinch hit for Sid Barker. Kind of had a rough night. Cassidy Pickering's 2 for 3. First pitch is a strike. North Road Creations hit us up on Twitter. Said this home plate is, well, creative, as you guys have said in the past with his strike zone. Here's the 0-1. Low. I go off what you say. Yeah. Right?
I'd be careful with that.
No, you're who I trust on this. But I feel like it's just been shifty is the term I would use. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss.
It's just been interesting, I think, all week, and I'm trying not to complain and whine about it because it hasn't made a difference in games as far as outcomes necessarily.
The 1-2 pitch is up high, 2-2.
I could argue that it has too, but I am very upset with the inconsistencies.
Alpha Male, our man Smokey Gambler, listening to DJ and Plank over the TV stream makes the game so much better. I agree. Here's the 2-2. Little poke foul. And then, I love the questions. Vinda_E writes, how do they determine the umpiring crew for the Women's College World Series? Is there a grading system all season and the best are chosen like the NFL? Or do they choose from conferences playing? No, there's a grading system. And then I think there's a good old boy network. I don't know. Just seems like there's a lot of names that you see here consistently. Pickering gets time as she was standing in the box for 10 seconds, and finally, here we go, 2-2 count. 4-1 Sooners lead at bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Did she go? She did. Tried to lay off an outside corner pitch, couldn't do it.
So we're sitting here talking about umpires. Coach Gasso's got her hands out. He was pretty animated. Chad Steers behind the plate. You could hear it. Yes, she did.
Patty Gasso is quickly going down to make sure Mr. Steers knows she does not agree with him.
Yeah.
Quick conversation. It's over. Tennessee in a classic beat UCLA in 9 innings. They'll play Texas tomorrow. If Oklahoma can hold on here tomorrow night, it's Texas Tech. Ella Parker's 2 for 3 on the night. First pitch up high, ball 1.
Well, kind of going back to that question that got asked about how are umpires chosen, and it is on a grading system. From what has been shown this week, I think that grading system is a bit inflated. there have been some things happen here that you just kind of scratch your head about.
Well, the home run from Megan Grant is number one in embarrassments. The 1-0 is a little bit low, too. And I've been someone that, because they're our rival, they're Tennessee, that maybe I haven't been the biggest fan of Karen Weekly, but I would have gone to the mattresses. I would have fought for her in that instance. Yeah. She had every right to be mad. Here's the 2-0. That skips in ball 3. And UCLA, they're going to look back at this Women's College World Series and kick themselves. They had a runner steal home when the catcher she started running when you were throwing the ball back to the circle. They had a runner called out for not touching home plate and just walking to the dugout when she thought it was an infield fly rule. Or wasn't, excuse me. 3-0 pitches in for a strike.
Goofy mistakes.
3 balls and a strike. Goofy mistakes. 4-1, Sooners lead this one here. The pitch hit hard to the right side. Another diving play by Jones. Are you kidding me? Throws and gets her 2 away. Wow.
What a play. And
Get this kid out of here, man.
We were bragging on Jones. She's only a freshman. Bragging on Jones earlier in the game. That's a big-time play. Big-time play. Again, we haven't gotten to see the leather from Sinicki at short, but Oregon is really good up the middle, man. I feel like this rivals our up the middle is better. Really Don't get me wrong. Gabby Garcia and Agbayani. That pitch misses low for a ball. To Hannah Core, by the way, who has been in for Sid Barker out in center field. Sometimes they would re-enter Sid to hit. No, Hannah's going to get a chance to hit here after 2 strikeouts yesterday. But no, I just really, really, really high on the middle infield of Oregon.
1-0 is up high. 2 balls and no strikes to Core. Time called is McCock's going to go out and have another conversation after 2 bad misses by Lindsey Grind. Neither ace started this game. Sokolsky started for Oregon. Oklahoma hit her hard, but only able to get 1 run, 2 innings, 5 hits. Lindsey Grind's the last 3 2/3, and well, that's who the Sooners have touched up the most. 2 home runs by Sid Sanders is the difference. It's 4-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Sooners lead it. The pitch to Core is low, ball 3.
3 balls, no strikes.
Back-to-back hitters, and I'm going to be honest, I thought for a moment in Ella Parker's at-bat that Grind was intentionally walking Ella Parker with those misses.
There's a strike, 3-1.
I think we're just starting to see Grind get a little bit wide.
Yeah. Three balls and a strike to Hannah Core. Grind stares in. She's ready. The pitch popped up. Shallow left field. In fact, it barely gets the outfield grass. Sinicki is out to make the catch, and that'll do it. Sooners unable to add to its lead, but as we head to the 7th, they're 3 outs away from a return trip to the semifinals. They lead Oregon 4-1. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners, Dos Equis, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, Shakes Frozen Custard, Frito-Lay, Pizza Hut, HTO, Cup Pop, Coop, Aleworks, Nacho Express, and Kona Ice. Riverwind Casino's newly remodeled gaming floor has almost 3,000 of your favorite games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. It's no surprise that Riverwind is always a good time. And Oklahoma Career Tech, preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. Visit poweredbyokcareertech.com to begin your career development journey today. 4-1, the Sooners lead it. To the 7th we go. Toby had asked, with this lead, how long do you leave Sam in knowing the battle we have tomorrow?
Oh, you leave her.
There is nothing about a 3-run lead that you're comfortable with right now.
Yeah, you leave her. The best part of all of this is that Landry didn't have to throw the complete game. She entered this ball game. Kirsten Deal had a good start and did what was asked of her to start this ball game, but the fact that Landry didn't have to come in until, what, the third? Yeah, the third inning.
This game is by no means over. There is nothing comfortable against this Oregon team who has been synonymous with comebacks. First pitch fouled off by Kaylin Jones.
And I can tell you this, 7-8-9 for Oregon. I mean, Jones has been an issue today, but here is where Oregon is at. You can hear that dugout coming to life, the Oregon fans on their feet. Oregon trying to find some way to string some things together to roll it back over to the top of this lineup.
Did she go on the check swing on a pitch up high? No. We'd like to welcome Homeland Grocery Stores to our postseason coverage. Homeland Grocery Stores. Download the app today for more ways to save. 1 ball and a strike to Kaylin Jones, who is 2 for 2 today. Ball 2 low. Pretty good pitch.
Say this about Landry's misses in this game tonight. They've been competitive.
Yeah, and they've been competitive. Absolutely.
I think that's added to her efficiency. She hasn't had to throw a million pitches.
Strike 2.
I mean, that was just her 54th pitch on the night. That's a light bullpen.
I was almost going to say that. I was just about to say that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Landry. Off speed, swing and a miss. 1 away.
The changeup has been filthy, and I feel like Landry has relied on it a ton in this Women's College World Series. Here's where you know it's deceptive and it's dirty. Changeups are a little dangerous to throw to lefty slappers.
Right.
I mean, you either are going to have them run through it just like what we've seen tonight and not be able to change their time, or you're going to see them recognize it and just tap it or lay down a bunt. They're a dangerous pitch to throw to slappers, and it just tells you how deceptive Landry's changeup has been because of just the flat-out swing throughs not even close coming from slappers.
Sam Marder's going to go to the bench here. I cannot see what number this is. Is it number 9, did they say? I cannot tell because her ponytail is completely covered up her number.
11.
11. All right, there you go. Ayanna Shaw will get an opportunity to pinch it here, the sophomore. First pitch slapped to second. Ogbayani up with it, throws 2 away. Sooner Softball would like to welcome Communication Federal Credit Union to our postseason coverage. Oklahoma's family financial friend since 1939. Visit comfedcu.org. That's comfedcu.org to join today. 2 away for Katie Flannery. She's 1 for 2 on the game. 4-1, the Sooners lead it. First pitch, strike. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Sooners. A run on 6 hits for Oregon. And that only run came on a solo home run in the second. No balls and a strike. The pitch to the right-handed hitting Flannery is fouled off, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Long look by Landry. Time is called and given to Bella Emmerling. Bella stands up, takes a little walk. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Pop foul and out of play. I'll tell you what, the energy from the Sooner fans has been absolutely contagious here. They haven't stopped all game. The 0-2, low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's straight into the Brahms post-game show if the Sooners can finish it here. Or at least I think that's the plan, Kellen. Listen to this crowd. The 1-2. Off speed, just low, 2-2. DJ Sanchez will talk to Coach Gasso down deep within the bowels here of Devon Park.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, you're underneath it when you get a chance to talk to him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hard hit, foul down the third baseline. Good pitch by Sam.
I want to say this. I mean, I feel like this has been the most complete performance that we've seen from the Sooners at the Women's College World Series.
Agreed. It's not the biggest deficit that they, hopefully are going to win by here, but just a complete team performance. Let's see if they can finish it off here. Off speed coming. The 2-2. Fouled right off of Bella Emmerling. Some fans have made the early exit. Work week starts on Monday, but those in both the crimson and the green have stayed around. Nervous energy permeates throughout Devon Park. The 2-2, grounded to third, foul. They let the kids run the bases last night after the game.
I love that.
It was hilarious. The kids have been running the bases, it seems like, this whole game, watching them run around this stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss. Job's not done. And the Sooners aren't either. Oklahoma survives Elimination Sunday and beats Oregon 4-1 for a return trip to the semifinals where Texas Tech and Nyjah Kennedy await. The final score from Oklahoma City. Sooners 4, Ducks 1, and we'll see you Monday night for OU and Texas Tech. The Brahms post-game show is coming up next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
Champions know the value of preparation, commitment, and choosing the right team. Just ask Oklahoma Star